ya start December
ye be mamo nyompa
yeah bomb near the more
me ye mid morning dey na pija kwa kanam dey am say trade drive dey ashim
no
be hihye nyuma mamu pa
okay Christmas no
okay right me na senti eno no na ye baba so ye count say 10 o'clock can pay a draw no ye dey ma na eno ABC game star 262 hash star 262 hash eno ana wo power phone so na wo so wo twa bi ye say select letters ni bi na letters I was select o kwanya say wo be fa me sa wo fa ni nyina no say ye draw no na wo letter ba kokran so ba mu a wanya skamienu ba mu so mo do sika na multiply enso ama ana me sa ni nyina so ba mu dia na chesa no po sika sem enso be jam brand ever brand me sa nyina no in that order of arrangement enso badia na chesa no po sika sem no enso be find and phone and network also and phone mobile phone out kita de here no say we be boss down 262 hash na was select your letters na me sana fe what you draw from 5 Ghana cedis kono what the bet watch na brahma and open bottom and so I just as a weekend and one trinity and some be found shame 10 ya no ya the draw aba so na fe your letters no and some be pie and so abaye de na se Emma Jackson help balmes no aye draw maka trust to draw ni na aye adwuma person se yankasa yenuani hini NHS na ana Dr. Jackson and aye draw and abedwa so baya chepa and is an pro to ase ahowobi ate and ya go ni padwano so wontimi nsore enkonyuma so onum aye onwuno aso onum enyo de wontimi ni die a chesefo na wo for draw no aye Jackson herbal mission one bedi wakagina mo na ma ni padwano so nya na ho de mapa se wo yo bana so ye bema mpam nkomodie se bia wade dabia no nene ana watimi wo gyina obai ama obai pia na kwa bibia bema so kwa wono ensom emesanse make sa probia no eya jish and wish and obawoka will be do some ewo from to say obama ni tie ensom aba wono wura enso setere mo a eya Jackson natural capsules ano ana be brama chasa ho de mapa so ba na fe mo bodwuma wo mpam ama obia ensom agene feeling e bia no ya Jackson co capsules ano de maka chosen so kokone ba na eya hona mani omojam anaso wani so a wo ba mo de say drive fan say Jackson co capsules no wo ba jibi na fe so wono no me no ana ba boama watimi atu ni nyina so ase kama ya kanfo adiama enya na ewo dwa so ya fe Dr. Jackson number ni ni 0244 72 3541 Jackson and some other so Betway regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway was sent for the love of the game. We know ya the Betway rewards and you say Koswana Betty the mona ucha Betty in no we bring our points into Sabia ucha and yes sports and I say bia no and some casino and openo the mona ucha in no points I bet bro de amount now when your points accrued what to me convert at about cash and I saw pensua which we convert and try bet no na chesa unya no baby away no exclusive edema Betway one more customers and consumers enquire www.betway.com.gh and I register my seek assembly a day and some I find else a demo Genjimit dental clinic and you na doctor so say yan kan chaw say ya bra esan say ebia wo boka say bi mu ananso dompe bi mu ama wo simu achemienu ebiem wo seno so bu obeso ya feeling ananse wo tiemi anope wo dian aye wo seno say incisors ananse wo canines wo premolars ananse molars and wanya problem enso ewo ho a wo na genjimid enso ebe kasana doc ebe boesan say ono wo mo ede aba fufidie and aye adwuma omunim de a say no aye genjimid ana wo say your teeth whitening and a simple what so show sin silver what say we show sin gold but modian say we become ama genjime dan so ahena what so bromanium my fine and so ediaman kwadano wo mo kaka omutu ase and so wo pan so kaka na anu to untimi na na to no ye betu cinema wonya side effect enkofa ha bia so ma enya otipaye enti branches na de do so pa mo won cry atomic down and I say nungwa main lorry station and Kumasi and some I the Persian offer kind so and ya call a bank to my high street anymore will send if I so building a bank I want from a straw and a genjimid and I for Tachiman magazine and some I can take corners on my pay I 055913 9582 Gentlemen and some so Bust Brand Publication Limited now my books ama bana timi asuana na kodano and so oba bin seja ya kaso bana bin seja na chese class odi say bebiano ne brain aye sharp sense when aye Bust Brand books ye rated 5-star and as A1 and Bust Brand eton and some adema and so bana starting kg na numeracy and literacy our world our people your creative art and I say color fun and writing and for picture reading and coloring kg 1 and 2 for no be and some bano aye best section 1 to 3 and 1 to 6 and so computing asante tree that Bernie Infante and a French ekas and a fesa kwadano or junior high and so aye best section 7 to 9 combined your social studies books your religious and moral education your creative art and asante tree computing English language aya mathematics and some bano Pancrono Abed La Posada Hotel at 2 pay 0507 200 Bust Brain and some Josunum me more phone just a phone a smart view mobile and tablet Makacho and a phone board pa na phone we no ade bia phone and I say normal phone etimi bia no so timi I say so phone show na screen pa na wire by force and also phone say just say to me boy ya dear just no pay no phone when no so ni no kofa ba be boni din chewa wa bo say yes cabinet bia wo pene mom no wo be so bia so nya ekita e wo sape e ko Facebook e TikTok e Snapchat just say IG ba bia ba so the phone rabia no wo so ultimate di eni efe camera wom just so video wo be monitor social so ni adia ya woni e kan say when you A3 Oppo no and nobody can show me say sir your boy UEFA Champions League area Oppo no and only a dema or more man of the match award now there is selfie and the man UEFA for now from a postie phone be and a dema bueno and a full set in box and a 600 Ghana cedis and on a RAM no a 4 gig and a the storage and some a 64 and a Redmi 5 no and some a 450 and a Redmi 6 and some 600 now Redmi 6 no say 64 gigabyte no storage and a random access memory RAM no and some 4 gigabyte just okwakoje bonnet from kama just Redmi 5 no so no the man 450 Ghana per unyan baby na tablet no wo penny ultimi to be AUZ ultimi to be anymore kwada serebea the homework assignment and na disua just say kwada no tab na no mu use and no 1600 Ghana cedis minna no obefe number dudo bia besa wuche egu shop eton uni kumase krana wo dia men ha ma place call ya be order na chese ya ye ne kan se delivery ama on sa account no ma no na fe wo pan baako ani me bi so ato a wo dia ba bia wo bia the phone be bro na fe ya be je ye sika number ni e 0247 812358 na chese what you phone eno ebe bro pa
yes remo and the high sense na fe mo nkomo na no pe na open fridge and assembly auto smart TV one more edi bia ba air conditions ni nyina no high sense no ebo no e wo fom wo matete so Ghana na said dia yendi aduma de fane say wo toy product and say items ni bia de and say 5-year manufacturer defect warranty ada so enti bibia so eba wo timi bana fe obesesa no e ma ne ye national so kind durability say ne adi and some quality ni adi nyina no untimi nko empa in the high sense so na mo kumasi a obekotafo ye showrooms ni boy yo bi e wotano so ana fe mo adum ni nyina mo nse kan ye wo ene tema ana asem bia wo akra mo takrade ni nyina no sa ebe kabi obetimi afre on 0302550000 Ghana fana be bia obetimi akwakoto product high sense wo mo showrooms no emulate about supplement yi ara make am for them as emulate eno boye enso ema nipadua ejina brane sem bia wo na ntika ka bia wa bre immune system no enso very low wo no madra bi amana boost immune system yi eno peja wa ho de same support general ntimi ka se unum bia no apebi na afi wonso mmatima no mababo ni pedua no ama ni pedua nso asipia sitantia na wahye no nso adiama medroi na utie me na wo yo ba wa fa yefunu na asem bia o makra no fa kra ni mfie dumie no kwa dwe ma ni bia nye 0535112813 na afi wadi enkomo untumi sika puduo ana meka wasam adiama asem etewo ana adiama se sa project esa wo do ho ehye mi ko se de ne sika ya bechem up to bese 500,000 Ghana cedis to 5 billion yi onso obenya bia die fa code no eto ya start ya na onso atwa bi star 426 star 20 hash na fe onso atwa emredu dua ya no bedi tuma no enso ade abom na fe onso awini usika na mom semens vital ba Mr and capsules agan enie nipadua yi ana meka wasam de acho se de bemai embia na osiatika na so ba efu to ase wono ma ba hyew ana fe twetwe untini mu hyew a wadrom semens vital ba Mr and capsules agan na abebo bema untimi nko adwuma ewo mpam emro base mamienu so ekono wa mrempem obada bijo wadro no semens vital ba Mr and capsules anu na anya bia ebetimi aboa week erection nyina no anu so abeko premature ejaculation over 0240616061 na wadi nkomo wone doctor etotwe nkomo be kire okwan a obefa so abenuma drey na 3p garlic mixture enie na adredie said the garlic adwuma woni peduanum garlic ye de aduane ye dibi na mom no yasan atwemu ahoden no a chese na wei 100% garlic extract ani atwe a ye dem aye nsuo ni jankan no na adredie ne se ebo ni peduano ewo ban efri obi a menstrual pains oba wote ya wote ukọ afitia te ya opa ana afobia stroke ade na to form why kese obeso sote ana asembia onso sugar level ana doctor aka cho so blood pressure no enso awosro ani nyina obebo ene 3p garlic mixture no ano no edro no onoma eya aduma ye pa ntia na wahye no so ade amaminitini ekoko garlic adawo ana afewo glass bottle enso emo 0248928824 na one ne adrey ekosku ano pa ye betwi omo se ade amomo banyumra dry be yusu kojak and a charcoal toothpaste no anampanifo nyina yenso yusu bia eno boy ama yenumu adawo na afi yenum no esen nso ahoden enso ekimagina brane na kojak frocode uti ya obefa frocode bi na afi wanom obu ani tifa edwa na ewie boy na afi ne hunum enso nso wadro no eni onya bia beboa 0240559597 bebi ato wadro bia no obenya kojak product bi na afi wonso ato natural and company limited Roma Daroma ayene Proslav capsules Johnson semi bema o prostate semi Johnson obe one bia kam obu Johnson so a wote ya obu Johnson ne mo time no wadro eni true man capsules bema obe true man ewompem na wachime dimpam agudie yi a eno true man no eno na ebo o ba free and premature na fe lack of sexual drive atin kan wo benya bi na fe so wachime jampem na wabo adwuma Congo ointment ne honama ninsa ana asembia obi akodai wo bono diaper na rashes abego momfa ene Congo ointment bi no ensa na emese rashes ni nyina afem afi 0249 017-101 now the natural and putting food in common dimafo Dr. Time that so Dr. Demre ebeto ya dia so na dia ma stroke Dr. Samen Kancho say or the mrebe to so embia unana bi na sembia o papa bi unua bi ana stroke anya na doctor ana make am for the dinamam say ono dia odu a or the mre to so prostate no ana sembia wo ebe mfie be dunum nie waware awo ntimi ma won se unum etwa wadapa e wo fie ye pra ye tunyum nyina odi and ya dem to so be wasum dwedia na wa komidima for na fe doctor enso metimi abua doctor say obema no eno so ya ketu abrana fe omani nyina ye ma abua kwa agogo school junction and after crown so pokuya se mayera 0244774282 na ne doctor edin Kobalaska bema odem aye kama say ya cancel cove and asem artificial grass and afi onso upebi ene ya ka modern TV stands and afi backlight ni nyina no omo and so at the Biabana, the woman is saying, open previous Saudi fat decoration. Our them, I'm away Nita. Nino, they be about 3D, 5D also. Women be open be 2 and also for Bakua. You come see a Dumia Ben Boss FM building no across circle, tiptoe and inside ship house. We bet some K20 more, Edwin Mujuman 0554 114878 in Afe. When the album come a Lawson Beverages Limited, Dr. Lawson, ye a drop of a in your dilemma medium. And I said, the Dre, see ya Juma, I watch as a name for Dremo, a strong Berman. Make us say, I will tire Merenta, Wontumi Kwanim, Ewon Pem, make us say 5 minutes nafe, Wawa Bre, now Pante, and Afe, Wunimu, and Tutu, and Tibodia Kratu, Anua, it's me pay money because pressure no, Anua Day, losing delay man, and I make a for bitasi, and some Adiama delay man capsules no, and so ya Juma, Ewoni Pedian, or bar, or Mansas name time flow, a Yaunia beer, and bet me a bush, and on some said Dre, maybe a 2 draw gun, Biano Benebiato, 0248619999. Now only a din commanded a so about clinic a doctor elder also doctor and make for the dynamos when you know said the Bible cast any pebiano ni pedie o kaniano and when ni a fra drain a te and so and so doctor sebra now on more glaucoma ni no when my doctor the man that stronko and say what day and they have bad treatment and amount on your ni operation and no my doctor and that's stronko I want to do my demo now stroke any diabetes and hypertension also no doctor will draw day some ya dear amamo I say more attack this is here mutia our port quarters here ben Archbishop Porter girls and more kumase no so no kwara so estate park on a doctor Tenase Akrafwe or Tenase our Tabora Alaji Walako Johnson 0559901234 now the doctor edin komo tabia takum e more de takumi e purely helper and ya de war egume more de utafra timi se ne said ya tinkam etie Pemi Bema, Ubenya bi obansu benya bi naika heba misha eno so malaria dro mawanuma 20 minutes diabe tibia di amanuama ya kama diama tabia ba capsules no esisi na ya obesisi ebe gina so ade amawadro no ana makamfo diama na 0243686861 afi woni adin koma Ruta natural product wa dwama so Ruta misha malaria sa utie me pa na anope wotimpem atase ne ho po chachacha bo ene Ruta Mr. Nibi ebe ye for Ruta life and some day na eno so emamoja ne dia frisan ye ewo ni peduanu ewo horo ni peduanum ema wontinum edawo kama na Ruta tonic nsom abane se ne typhoid eno so eji e different wadro no ana maka ho asem ade ato Ruta natural product 0244485632 na wadin komo power specialist eba hospital yama me doctor akoso adua ya nie na ono dem ye ka edro ewo Ghana ha say hepatitis, fatty liver, stomach ulcer, fibroid, any kidney stones ha yama me ewo edro wa ye ho adwuma na wa ye ene doctor bia wono no aye edro dry heba malame se no treat malaria cough care ba Mr. Obo wa wadro nie ana fe dry heba tonic onum atoa obenum bi akra for modumani che kwabenya ACP road ewo power hospital bus stop o Kumasi Feyasi a wodwani ensom Kumasi Feyasi busum road wo ewo dry junction ho ana Dini Juma na ye katakrade for no modumani che anaji estate ho ana modumani che 0244544422 na oni amame doctor kosu aduaya edim enkoma club football back Jesse ensom ewo ha chese ne ayade ma club bia so what is bia o Liverpool ana se Chelsea ana o Barca o Madrid any team bia no me say esem obefre na be na afi bia wo bia no on set mi aka be nationwide delivery 0547 047771 and 0203682641 na fe waji jesia eye kama pa enum enso betumi aba we enye jiri jani bia e hye ona fifire to ascent ebeba da bi we cotton no timi zo so ma tester no ana o hye pa fancy
wow me say me da sena yema yen draw no so ABC game *262# ABC game no ehun komo ana ye dinti no pay couple de pie no se no ye ka asase ye nya yi slide guy dia nem se ne e betimi aba me say anka omutie di anka wo FWU okay FWU
okay we do man ye nyi
okay FWU. To say uchuzi any of these letters are when you ska edi egu ayo bottom tiene nyamenka ho bibia be fa ye buy in question of the day no so na you probably brought to you by Amazon P Health Balmesha na Amazon P infection a draw and ma enom obama so enom say ye musa bring one from retirement to play from for Ghana. Bring one from retirement to play for Ghana. Fatau Dawda Richard Kinson and after Samia J. Omumiensa. Bring one from retirement to play for Ghana. Why not Kabemene free retirement? Mababe dem. Say be India prime or general so pano. Ye fan so general so. Ye didn't free retirement to Masama back Abama Ghana. Why not Kauyinaba?
Well, maybe if me fa Samia J. Bates na me dene beba. Samia J. Jan and Asuna no shoe.
Too much fire.
All come now one could be the hard dream. Hey, but only listen your bad. And Abu Anson is saying,
I don't let a bad cry.
Well, fancy Ghana Fajin Chenivini, Pedro was Samia J on any day, and we know, and so a day about Spain, Bogas Ragoza, or see Olele, and Wabeko Diamano Stemendakwa, was in goalkeeping, you need luck, so I'll go for Olele, there's a lack of Olele Hofa. Kwasi men who said they are past and gone. If I bring them cry, they can't play. Okay, no head one also a day about Santiago G. Samia J. Bates at all. I'll say at all anytime. No, our short stopper into no and Wabeko and some a day Amano and a day Barris Jean sir Omega Ashali Butche and one Uji Fiaba Wabeko for Samia J. and a day comfort or ten says Samia J. Bates phobia and one also throw a dear future ken as a none of their best. Let's Obianua one also a fan who honest and no way a mensa brampa say I'll say all time Ghana goal post nedia Samia J and no betum all time and no ed also a day abba elha na say fancy I didn't share no bini.
Okay, well, Samuel as a Francis I said was say watching the show line from Fosu Kromi side one fashion designer shop. I will bring Samia J back and I will know day the message and so at the buffet where Dominic Boampo will say Samia J watching the show line from Chakrade. Greetings to my family Kumasi Abu Akwaho and an Abusu for our YKGH and so call the amount Fatau Dauda and Louis L.O. Krasi or say call the amount Samia J and Afe when so say Francis please me question on the day we are near other matters with me about Ampofo Nana Chum Albert essay will come on Fatau Dauda and Samia J and we are Hinana Nana Kojo Boatin and so and no Kingdom Shake and so called Yaman Samia J and when so essay will come only watching the show live from a Josso also Vance and a day ASR message and so the banana pay last but not the least a fresh one GH was so come Richard Kinson and so no so them say no a couple say some man for so DM 7 also
and almost have 7 and man for a pie they say
6.72 us
yeah
and said some debate and they are not
a week I week power
from the last 3 weeks
last 3 weeks
almost the beer amunya be fat
business guy day
well my mama 3 course real quick niyanko BW1 91C EF DB and here 12 us BW1 91C F2 8A 6 us I don't know and BW1 91C F5 40 I know yeah you don't know last code na say 5 or so no
okay
antie mon factory course na say dem say Diana Mudi nyame amat I didn't
dey ato so one twa dey be chi next week
Wontumi 101.3 nyame
you come on a banner so 20 minutes after 10 live on Wontumi TV digital satellite live on Wontumi TV live on Facebook and I pay yeah live and so I was so you come on no this Wontumi Sports Buffet I'm going to take you over na fe sharak and na pan for young foreign and so
Angwa Juma no you Yami Wohoda Se Uji Didia Obeya Juma and such no you Yami Wohoda Se Uji Didia Obeya Juma Ye Bompaye Shamachi Shra Yehuwa Elahenu Yehuwa Ekat We Ahata Et Yehuwa Elohika Bika Luvika Uvika Naveshika Uvika Miyodika Tode Yasak in English in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Come on, boy. Kapo. Say Kapo chairman. I feel chairman Baba
Yes.
Go tama taboku kasa mo send messages and ben no bia say hey o chairman ya dear pa say what me assemble. Yes kwara bi ko me nkwa me ho hene papa me.
Na guess it is okay how guess no guess no
Wontumi sports buffet and I don't pay no your day your stories and so and the accounting no and some at the abana my men from two when I'm saying I'm Yatuma watching and I just a matches ourselves also and some our major European centers and some betting abana no cause what I'm saying couple young baby about a month for slips and come back 10 now PH double PH really them say Yamian watching a PH and shine up quite draw the elements as Yanoma ever go chroma so papa na manoka se Manchester was about swinging no mama mon can say Yamia no tena and on Friday o call a league anymore na just a Real Oviedo and Babakua your fanasa Espanyol amu game no and on my side so and what you know your Union Berlin able gamer wamusum and Borussia Mönchengladbach side wamusu game Yamia no tena and sama no and on some other cross and what you know when say Paris Saint-Germain and some I say that ball mo bono wo some other Strasbourg got na I 6:45 and some match no and some other course I will pack the France wo mo the match na am a referee for sir Clement Tupa one and I report to me say can so tell game no one some other kwakwati na wo bra ye can Paris Saint-Germain France no na ni edie room and some other club no mutia mama Paris Saint-Germain wo some shop essence na report to me say can say club no e mo ye da yes so I'm online now said yeah I'm on for some no place order and not a PH I'm on tadia woman Jesus and yeah the said yeah woman some sit on and worship answer your man your mama so job and afe woman some am kwadane geribi and some akaw ana chasania your first no ayo hood and I just say woman pause no do so pana me tesa omo so mo chese embo kwana team na ye messi national kanama bobokua your first Paris Saint-Germain no answer ye Messi time nam omo Neymar esa wo Mbappe yese na omo yese nyina ni ho wo bi am say Dembele no ani Desire Doué ani Kvaratskhelia ya ne Bradley Barcola no ana ye adwuma no na so de menyo nyina no say na wo mo se order e wo soro e chen time na ye Messi mo so mo enso arama Paris Saint-Germain team no na omo diri e ba say numbers achas a boys way wo mo so I choke eno aye demands among folks ataba me patadia ebia me pebia ma me ba me am je me pesa say ni adini na no wo mo sem a chen time na cheselie mesenum asu ma kai enso arama PH e wa ba no enso I update eba wo sem ni na no ye de ema ye chefo ana enso awo shoro so na nyame ya duma wo mo game America ya to gas wo tena wo mo som ara Strasbourg abono metesa ana awo so coach no ne press conference aba so me no kasai enche bia wo dru aye ne kan surprise home ara just coach no ne pre-match and some other course omo wia anumra local time our Paris and some aye 5 o'clock omo team no and some other training at Jamaica Canada Paris Saint-Germain omo training session at just no and some other course no metesa and no aye desa kakrabi ebe open and some other media no na chance and for kakrabi and some other chance around and later the course no no wama ye no ne kan se ban close down so Sponsor and so Jeffrey Omaswoye and some other banana peno and some our show no sooner. Woman different fans William Pacho, Mama Portray, William Salcodanum. Na omanene kasa say wono som aba extended a contract area my club ye for the PLC na no wo bia ya we say Paris Saint-Germain wo mom aye club omuntua sika no e ma ne mmoro so amount omuntime no anya de say PLC ebetua na William Petro enso company report amenya no say ye say offer na Paris Saint-Germain wo mom ade ato omanim anasampo wo mo propose enso ade ma no wo say omo yo okay omani je ho said Jaminia and some other Banino, may Tessa, yes, Yakudan say, one of you okay, or you okay, no, and some Chessa, a yet there, one of the chance Laffy, one of some I extended a contract in Adiyama Club, your father son Paris on Shama Bruno, and some other player, your father son William Patrone, one man until 2031, and then your contract extension, and as offer, one of some Adiyama, and now I'm a midfield, I father Fabian Ruiz. South Kodano, what is some Ayobiana here at Paris Saint-Germain pa. Now among Pesa, you better summer. Now you better Yasena Barca Peno, and a Madrid El Peno, and a Summer Siwa Bentomun Pentakodano, one Panatoton Pananoa. I was some among the Sassentamna, woman Yentem Senabea, Fabian Ruth, I bet me a stante, the contract at Yama Club, your father South Paris Saint-Germain. Now Usman Dembele, and Ramamani and son agent so nam odia siki near Canada aya chesa sikano awoso mu pagam because one watch Ballon d'Or wonom ana the numbers they under review na chesa no som awani mu ana chesa bi e bon sample ya kasam puna ana unia ensom aye leader our Paris Saint-Germain wo mu dressing room san komani nyina no ye dine enwana Jamaica me say wa bra this story ama me kaisa me catch us Paris Saint-Germain for say wo monum am say financial fair play num and say be a club no omumrenti wo muntumi ntua sika bi ememroso na metem say the ever say and some as a player no you say about when said Dembele wa catch him but first on kasa yentam club ni sika nyina mfama no oh dabi anya sa akwa no pa kire na odi esempo ye kasa no say ademe ye say bia ye mesem bai ena bia omu nyina so abaji omu sika ko ya wonom abaso o say won kasa de na ye mesem je no momfa bi ema no odi omu ntimi crowd ye baby between 1.5 equal 2 million a month. Nessa 2 million euros a month no Nessa divided by 4 Nessa Musumi Biana Kodano wapa 500,000 euros and I amount of player your phone say I had them barely abatia Nessa was on Casabia what did the same as Neymar what did the same as your maximum Neso and the I was some for her one some other message at Jumano one some about Jumapa and it is a 2 million euros a month there. Now you just automatically I have 500,000 euros a week. I know I amount of player. Your father Usman Dembele and some demand our banana peno. You then update and the accounting now and some at the Abana. World Cup, you say I'm more now qualify. Will be on some other club in another peno. Mama Saravika, one more terminal. I have Bafana Unimsa will be up maybe a right door now and maybe a come. Nanka Woka, I have Bafana kit manufacturing company. I from Adidas on a sponsor and then Obujaye Emma Chesa company. Your father Sam Macron Abajay Manoka says say one of some chess on do it Macron Abanarea. You Adidas Asachomiti now Adidas and a Safa woman Domo coming on saying Yamia Duma Yadubronya and some area 1st January 2026 Sarah Canation Timono woman Abasako Bank to Adidas and aya kit ameshe na chesanom anomde ko nyamya duma wo mutumadi aye fans afcon a chesano ensom ababai ansana wo mu de akwakọ wam a World Cup no mo aya 3-year contract ana Adidas wo mu som ana safa wo mu som assign na almost sports minister ono aya minister of sport arts and culture your fellow Guyton Mackenzie na Reverend Guyton Mackenzie say Omaya dia pa na the entire playing body and coach who got Bruce and the technical team or my team no I have 5 million rand na 5 million rand also say about dollars I have $288,524 I know and some here can say I have bonus arches or your first a Guyton Mackenzie or no and just or honorable I have sports art and culture minister and some your tuja what the Emma Bafana woman national team ever bone woman some qualify archers update no yet the Emma you for another pay and some our show so yabano not just a bow woman training session and some other chance and I was here the update them away I let you come Madrid now let's go Madrid report on second say I have good news and say manager for Santiago Simeone one and a supervisor a training session archers akosona woman ko international assignment no manager na mo yan kakakra na the tenisa Robin Lenomo wonom and Alex Baina woman ayel here can say as a light workload be o man shana ma boys no and training gidi bia and Raspadori and a player your fan say David Hansko woman you know and some individual and your training archers and some bosswa you the update about talent Kodiano and I update a film and some other bantu komwa no boys are available no omwa woman so question mark at the hole and after be bow some adjano Nico Williams and in Bapeni Inyaki Williams and a bio on young sunset and I pay almost some training now a normal training and a bass we can take game at the bow at the bono so manager fans of the up and quadia woman some bet me up on Codano I available some other matimna and non kakra filmo and some at the Abamano Casa Bonsa woman team training session at FC Barcelona woman some and another peno Bonsa Tiasam da Ninanasa Ferran Torres Eco Pry and some our national camp Jamaica Canasa and a player some training session or Ferran Torres will be on to me apart one your food training number one session I'm saying Unya Kakra I just a good news I just no and some number to me I will cover on time because the moment Tabasa went to me any team I training there not just I am some and I'll be a player your father is a Pedri Bobianum sa the workload and some asopa and channel pay among recovery training and I could for the Pedri now so you trasa will be available for Girona game money Girona Ababana Codano and some other be at the Amatimna and a few Amaswaya and some other banana peno and some our short sooner one of some former defender your friend Nico Martinez and were Boama Al Nassar and some our Saudi na ini kwadu komodi afabasa team no na baby na shocking and some and say when they say you want to just stone no what also actually liga matches yes so orobia of football pa na didn't make us a shocking and say what can also na say Real Madrid and and 2 points and a damn and I interview what say yeah no Obasa na so you be aboma sir and was I on na crowd only one day na some consider no say Bonsa no or da so what da so a Bonsa player or ka Bonsa ho into a Casabia Madrid and tell you 2 points I was so tears here no so yate what you to so and was the best work can you say she see am fasha sana I and will you wayana na Basa no and highline in your boy and namuna you're considering a den fine comasa see she knew on my num CBB to so bakaya was say last season almost starting no Nasiana net year woman starting and so could do baby no woman to make La Liga it's omona so at the boy can you say or what you need our Barca squad woman sir woman abaje I was at Barcelona and some ultimate time to be on I want Adama Barca be on this Barca team and some abaje and the part of the sun and come out obiya dinisa asa ufri hono boss and leader ewa chiro ho na omo like leadership and so our back line ho and o say nyano kreda enya no kra na last season no kra ka so mo boy no say no but obi abedi no kra wono kra wono kra no dru ba bi no nam omo twefo mo bo later ana che so mo stampe womo so authority and some our games no bi so ento jiri ba sa fana season ya start enche bi ya no womo abako so afande womo raise them amani man so I come sense Barca dressing room womo united our future players are wono womo nya bi bia biem achesen koda no enso ebetimi ya adwuma no ye na wo wie ana obaso wo twese na wudu Barcelona am set up no ma wo bia ye de obetimi ya Pedro nom Pauku Barcelona ni adepat wo diri ye Barca Lamine Yamal aye the best player our team no na chese all kind of most important piece enso our Barca according to Inigo Martinez no wase yamatu twase aya akwadana ye for Lamine Yamal no ade ba kopena ni agye e wo no say boy no wonim say na onim say bia ono na Barca deswa ye dia so ho say ka say bia team bi a burden enso so a wase na boy no nya we enti no timi bobo eboyi keche aye do timi yam obi akasa akoda no bobo pressure emfa no na the very day Lamine Yamal ebe realize oh boss ono ana Barca team no esina bati wonom ana Barca adan no eno ano no na and the pressure be to akoda no so ma board kwa no wan hwa ontimi mo ansa wo ya agena no pressure wotimi free mu eye ache so otimi ye ni ye ba pressure e wo so awadjos aso bi ye hwe misuro sametwem amayaje misuro sama bo asen wo se na burn enya we so wonom ana Barca burden eso no na that very day akoda no ni babie obos wonom ana Barca sinu so no wan hwe the problem enso ana baba wo bo Pauku Barca no any other guys can you know so baswa and I kakra frimo and aba wo time follow your juma die no but between enche pi ma me kasa mate say yes wala porter wonim aye Florentino Perez o my uncle fano emsem seba na ebia ba won say we your Barca president and we your Real Madrid I'm president respectively na see dem omo ye na wofo womo on the pitch here womo ya krafo but a ball off the pitch say be sikabi yen kamom anya bako na yen kopre aye kesia yen kire omo say yen ye kasa empuna ena empuna won be kambom atwemasesese na gentia man nem Florentino Perez any over for us wala porter one relationship Jamaican can say say pano and some last week Astoria mereba to Gasa and Barca coach and as a Barca president no wakushia Sheikh Nasser Al Khelaifi one European Clubs Association EC akwachiano ahageno ama mekasa na Super League Barca chuomo ho no officially omunya fa myself the moment omu announcement ababa no punishment abon tomudie Super League no omu join biem ama chase president bakono kragas IO na say o eminia entokwadie enuafo kramokom na masiesie na se nunti ne ama bouncer every aye chase Super League ni mo no masama be join aye ECA ama mekasa wo mabua ama Barca sika semono abaye kama enti sawote se bia bouncer ese be bakomu jai Super League emane nyo wa kra sam komono ana yese ena Florentino Perez say wo suo ni papa na de twena wo and it's a video na ye de banano aye hu sam wala porter wo bam aye president na ye fan Sheikh Nasser Al Khelaifi wonom aye EC president at the same time when you president Edmond Parison Shoma wo bam no atonimu moment aniem where bakwa womo Champions League gawie ana nanu yeso meeting awo kwaye no kwa no yesa ye no so ba yese owura no sem ye ngini pani ama chese wama pa ye no nyina na apre se ye kobo Super League na ye demand mo ena match mo ho koda moko ama Jamaican kan so before the aba interfere na kroi ebi omo relationship na according to reporter if Spain eba ne say ye be before and after before that relationship aye kama after I say video ni yes ana Sheikh Nasser ebam aye Barca president hano ana dia before ba aye Florentino Perez emwa ya the update ni nyina no ensom ade eba na La Liga game na wo mu ka so ndo kwakobo e Miami ano aye US no wonu so bi e kasetia wo mo represent aye players e Spain wo mu nyina se enye ama no peme be ka se Dennis Ceballos squad yo se enti ye kwaso mu so amanfo do mo nsa aka league no ebimu chinchin nioma na sa match we report amenya no na report say unim say CONCACAF aye central northern part of America and Caribbean na say US of Canada nom and Mexico monom omo CONCACAF na yese CONCACAF omo federation say same mo be some form league match every Spain ababo and some our yeye continent so dia and you see my yeye referee and edi mo form referee and free Spain ama I say I didn't see kwasanka bia Barca ne ebia via wo yi wo mo sen komo be ball and some our Ghana na ne nka GF for sesana chedia na se bia CAF and some sesana chedia and you so mo referee onom free Africa now wadi but yama mo form referee and free La Liga no emma enom ayadea report amenya say CONCACAF for and some ato aye La Liga for and perform nim ewa bene and some aye kakra if free amaso adeba onom say bonsa wo coach has a flick say you say also for abroad but and some more no and yet the okongrom ekohunina na ababonte babeka ho coach Jaminian say I don't know. I feel na share say keten na eboboba jinti American ina say yes say enem am say bi mu e wogiri say on shede ni tumi e say the last season na wo okase say ya say e wo bouncer omlo kawrum okase say ya say an ye dey adwuma no am say emperifo no bi ensom interfere e wo hanse flake adwuma diemu ama Jamaican kan ina say wo mu betu twaso onya happy cry but na owo entourage almost say has a flick and you happy our bouncer now onye na agenda say we be Barcelona akọ wo mo ye na nkoye our so resign and agenda na nipa bi chinchim na dwuma ne ade nyina no wo mo sister na no ada so e wo gidi our bouncer wo mo leadership ni mu our full so bako so aye dwuma so ade ama club na eno aye kakra fimo and some ade banana pay no our show no so na Madrid okay say some weeks ago yarabatu kasa BMW about presentation and ama Madrid na wo ma release ayen fanyini ni mo som ajabana abesile wo say na Mbappe na say the license ne nyankan driver's license na say na no wo nyanya bi because ne maame ana baby no driver no so de call aye training else of Vadeba Baseme ya say bia Mbappe e behu say wo drive and na say posto na no ne nyankan other players no wo bia some audio choosing ama chesa Madrid emperfonia de wo mo so de new coach de wom boys aka ni na no we be some o chesa ni modela wonu some no choose ye na me no kasa akwadana ye fan Trent Arnold and Danny Cavea wo mu yoro guso ya dwumade sarabe ya enche wo mo some return ebe ya dwumana report ameme sa kan sa sakoba sebia omu yoro anya masese ya em se coach no be so ball Federico Valverde and some our right back sebia Manchester do so ade ko classic ko ni na no so wanya aya proper right back our side game ni mo a metese Valverde ebetimi abotu ana ebiyam no Setting Hansen and now boy na kwako pray so Hansen and so ntimi recover on time and about El Clasico na omo de Barca and ya Madrid omo center pair ebe ya Raul Asensio and owura fanasa Militao omo mi no and nkababo 4 and 5 ama Madrid but ebi mo so be so mo chesa ebi na Raul Asensio wanya bi amo na Militao ne kraba mo a I just say bia Folland Mendy wonom ebe ko left back na ma Avaro Carreras ababesha left center back because coach no password e chiro ebe to chacha na for mistakes be any ade ebe ma Real Madrid obu team no and some a concede match and no I said your city a ye dey update ni na ade bana akotana ye for the Endrick onum say na me wo brozoni akoda ba kom say na so din say da hey ko unya body bi mo osemenko what is happening and wanya bi mo ye ba ko World Cup olobi an sentem ko no tanya collapse pro so now so recently collapse na emma na say obeso ko World Cup ni bi no just an kabi okonya playing time yes say teams ni bi our Spain da bia yeka say Valencia no ane Real Sociedad afei Real Oviedo no ariade wo mo say akora ne mebo 6 months loan emma team na yes say Andre sister na on ma adea ono e wo die say we betimi ya convince coach na fa no say Alonso ama chese no position no wonya no position krana e wo so otimi ya playing time e wo team no na ye no one say na me no aye Andre Kentimi ya playing time e wo club e fa no say aye Madrid obenya bintine no won paso ba Russia kra ko ba bia e no aye seri akoda no de no city a ye den update no de aka nyina no ensom ade Emma young cross enko Germany na Germany nyame adama weekend wo big game eba so aye dark classica na eno aye game ba Munchen and Dortmund and babana menim say enye nwro kwa wadi kan ko buying 2 up and as what ko buy 1 up and wo shisho goals and adana paya area assemble pa and then ba Munchen president no ye follow Herbert Heiner na owo follow say Herbert Heiner and will say woman says only need the last 10 matches area to so now buying about so many 11 games in a row now 11 games in a row I just say Bamuchi for cancer woman mabanya sa street and so area to so no baba so coming in some and say the situation I am very good pa because obi am say na born omo say born ye and you too early I was season anymore one boss over Russia no be cancer I and Bamuchi budget Bundesliga derby and you too early so Kasaria fa ayeli title no mom baba so kan so obo coach na ba so pa na coach alfano sam Vincent company wonu som aya dwumadene nei wo so ma boys ne ball no asesa ball na fe wo mu show goals ache so mu shawa 3-4-5 ano ana amode ya dwuma ana adioba kokra so se na wo hwe ba mu chintim no a otim sa yonko fa no ensom aso na sabia team ba ko togetherness abaya dwuma ana sabia understand ebe momo ani nyina no aye coach wasadia aye coach no responsibility sa wabama on the pitch and off the pitch no and some akleke na as a coach I was sporting and as a person no wodiri basa campaign e bia na dwuma dia wonte no and some anwash obona baso na mama aye bamuchi boy na ye for say Leon Goretzka unim sa Goretzka aye bia wonko bamuchi na aye kase ya woje a little over 10 million euros a season na boy nam also playing time no akwabi bia me tese fare na bonchi wo som sound out say wo munya na omopena say wo som aba so mo chese akoda no wo munya kasika sem sere be a wo som na betimi afa na edena ba eno aye kakra from ensom ade alba yenko aye England dadia mama wo fa say Gareth Bale ye ka Gareth Bale ye say Bale bomb aye Tottenham Hotspur abo chese ya say Madrid na Madrid crowd here wo kwaji sika pane na yere na mo ye hu sa wakwadi nkomoma enkomo no crowd odi ye na chekakra but asene no omakwakotwe ensom adiaba na wo drew amsa UK eno no monteso a tabloids anafe media houses no more no wo som discuss ama ma so overlap for cry ebisa ya right no mo makasa ye kasa bi obi aye footballer obi aye athlete se bi ri plano obobo wo kwa America ebi ono aye formula wo obi aye into sports bi ano mana football life after a professional said be a onya bankrupt obey dan Gareth Bale say on the time no wobobo no osuro because obobo no motimi kinkai bi asoma sisi so no obobo na o sika pa na so betiasian ana ojai bobo atwitwa no asese oni kapra bi mo denda mountain ya jijiska ede mabumo ache so my life I be ho na de no kan nyina so no osuro se bia wa bobo la because Madrid no oje 28.8 million pounds a season na de kan one season was 28.8 million one season now 800,000 euros na that's record me yetimi ye chese na no shepa was so ebi mo live luxurious life and a lavish lifestyle to kind of board dey ka kesia shibi gua ne may discount toto maya wom nature so mo paso dinne nam yo tru so ne nam nsuo so Jessica bi ade o cannot play dibia na ho abino send bi ma may na mo shibi gu o show say and sabe we no bo say America na wa bankrupt am wo so no na o investor pa na wa investor so ba bi ba ko pa because the moment I see Kenya ba kwa wo shabi bi ba ko no say dwuru gu a if you eja dem onum or the kakra kwasha no de bia sha no so no sa watch aboden empaboa aboden animatoka ne boden hwe ho te hwe so no wonya bi eno na aboa no because no suro obet minya sika peyo ana ye day was sad no suro so about bankrupt yentie Gareth Bale ewa bra wono so okodi san komo no
fall down. Weirdly, I've always had, I guess halfway through my career, always had one eye on what life would be like after football, soccer. I don't know where I'm going with this. But yeah, I always had like one eye for the future, and I was always, I guess, the one thing I always did, you read articles about when people finish professional sports, they go bankrupt, they don't know how to manage their money, they don't know how to do all these things. And it was one thing that always, I guess, scared me inside. So obviously by reading those things, you naturally come to the point where when I finish, I stop getting a paycheck. How do people then, I guess, restructure their lives? Because a lot of, I imagine, athletes live what they earn. They live a big lavish lifestyle. I tried not to do that and try to like have a plan for the future where I wasn't relying on my pay packet every week. So coming to the end then, yeah, there's other things in place. So I always had this kind of pillar idea where I would try and invest my money in different things. If one pillar got chopped down, didn't work, the whole building's not going to fall down. So, weirdly, I've always had, I guess halfway through my career, always had
just one was slow sell about ball and you know from Robert Tenefia. What bound cockra bomb say what bankrupt and untina Ebia Casa Cassia Sikaya Dino rough off and San money no not just when you've been asking Gerard AOB a former player and some Liverpool and Comodiomono Gerard no Mubusana say we goalkeeper Essen chair one name in the Liverpool 5 aside now the 5 aside you know and once you know wofa Sammy Hipia and a middle wafa Chesa Shabi Alonso and Didi Haman and for Fernando Torres and Luis Suarez on the day 5 aside way a bet me last year for Bruta because Sammy Hipia, Shabi Alonso, Didi Haman, Fernando Torres and Luis Suarez on them and over fans Steve Gerrard and then sir woman Chesa the 5 aside now when say Akadana you found Nico Williams our border up Bono report to the Cameto Ganasa Liverpool Aya Club almost per okay some anymore now by Arsenal only dear Drew baby now by Liverpool and some any denominal casino I'm saying Liverpool for not Jerry Seben Kumono Jumada so Okoya Anna Sobos line no Ebia Kodi Gaponuma Eba Panti Metese Omokonomia Nankabia Kodan first and Nico Williams no Womabatono and Sana World Cup Abaso because Spain World Cup and a couple William says Kobobo and a bonus the moment I spend by the Bobo Pajana could have a surprise automatically ever rising. Nana, I'm saying the value at 90 million. Liverpool Basoma debt by 75 million euros. Echo Amobanya, Nanka, Omato, and Sana World Cup and some Abaso. I update to Ebana, also Liverpool by now. Your fans are for a young vet, Ebasine, a young farmer, and Tobia Kabi Obiaso, Yanya Batania, the okay. Former Man City Bayern fans Julian Lescott. Okay, Lescott. Na yese Lescott ano dia kotu dwasa Liverpool for no mon kan kra na ye ka say sanka bia Liverpool for to minyo musika ne back and year ka at the end of this season komba joma dio so bia ye ka say sensie pa obi abaso Liverpool bia vet na mo de ba M5 wo dia 150 million no metua mamo monyina mo fa kwara ne mra ka Liverpool ba je aye boinentam a chese Lescott ana kokana wo correction for this dinner taba your baby a 40 pounds say omudu kosiwa ehon omudi ori akwakwasina sede wo mo so pano no se na wo bo papa be na wo ba and then to be careful young vet and so asem na nya bia ani ade hebon wo bi boy no obobo pa wo critical chances apana so Liverpool for no wo muntimi shanti na amafo fu se bia ade no anya ye kana mo so na abawo so ana abawo mo so Chesa Liverpool for so and Obia so can be na Julian Timber ewa Arsenal one also the men say can send yes ya rank by number 1 Eban Sebia tackles and chances created our Premier League open play and Arsenal on my right back no one and I'm say ranking number 1 and I'm say argument no cross as and our Premier League no now the best right back our Premier League no ma one say yan from Akodawe Julian Timber one and then they call blue 2 abopa our Premier League no for now one was so much as one and I'm say more now so didn't watch me here now Akodawe fans Adam Walton and after Elliot Anderson Carlos Baleba one me sending now one me target I'm a man na de na kan di ensom adi kan no eye Carlos Baleba eduru baby and Adam Walton e bai ene me be kan no pesa CAA one agency omo no ginam adama Nottingham one kura na fa no sa Elliot Anderson and openo amsa yesem Chelsea and Man City ama City for kwade one some 75 million pounds for a year Elliot Anderson omatua Chelsea some any abre United for no report am me nyano say na manager for say Ruben Amorim ever prefer Adam Walton to Aya Carlos Baleba because Baleba nam say this season kwano union shedon pusu bia sa na winanka wo say 100 na 100 no tiana nam so do mu yenu si wa manager na benji Aya Adam Walton Palace amo boy no and some aja Baleba na yese de wo so maba so mo si enioma yere update so banamom Adam Walton as Elliot Anderson tiano Manchester for on Woman say project number present here Adama boy na make some now pay no latest and say woman say boy no when free Nottingham this January nyame Adama summer wabako because Nottingham no so they see ka kwa relegation be omo pa enti akura na de omo to no ma dwo sika now omo present long term project and ama Elliot Anderson I just say Nottingham boy no and some be say on Manchester team no abeya juma eno aye kakra from Edeba Yanko Italy now Romelu Lukaku our Napoli yenim se wa pra ogusoro Kovana training ne ade union so daso ya yese nyame yarma Samuel middle of November and we refer to Lukaku no and some ababa so resede na wosie no nyamam se oya ahead of schedule na chese time corner woman to wode ma Lukaku no wobetimi aba earlier than expected and no ayese be bema so de sitenampo wa target nyame ya duma December 18 one more game about Napoli and AC Milan and no 18th December a game a player fans Lukaku be so bet me abobie wouldn't say na Juve honest no yes John Alcan yes wabaso ton Juve be sha Italy said o mani aje hey woman say obato no da be come here una no kwa no Bronson say wukọ nen amanfo bi nkwada bi nan nam ho G-League na Napoli fo nyina temide Tomine no abeje na juvenile coach me G-League no eto so be 10 years money adena chese enebi mu na sesa ayese supporters refu say sankomo ton Juve e ma ne ba from so ba anka eyepa na Francesco Totti na dia kwatwa say wono what is Scudetto I would one JC and a J as a captain what did you pass na a symbol of Roma na what is a Scudetto no etoto a 2006 Italy one World Cup na one koje our Germany na one Francesco Totti efu sa Scudetto no a symbol emano chain World Cup na mo kwache and yes so bo wa hosia bo me wo ma fana ni agro so World Cup si wo Scudetto si wo say wo di Roma edge Scudetto nti no so bo chain World Cup na wo ma ni nyina kokwaje na be so kire say na je se bia wo bobo aye respect one kind of play ka beti bi pa a je so mo so pa nya se meto akwa nyina no aye kakra film ensom adeba AC Milan and ana adron Rabio any player your fan Christian Pulisic omume no wo be kwa medical test wo me medical test ni ani ahwesa nya bia no weekend yi wo mo ball no omu betimi abo ana say omu ntimi mobi eno eye kakra free eye AC Milan team no mo enso abaya ye bia no aso ye fence na ye makwa na afi abedwafo no mana ye nto aso real quick na ye fa more enso amra this eye Wontumi Sports Buffet.
It's you. So I always tease you.
Oh yeah.
I say Jim no I'm out bone papa.
Oh.
Hey, chest. Cast chest.
Me natural. Me dey natural.
Oh dey.
Say no broad chest.
Na no okay to gym one no okrum asese mo ko gym de bia na mo de gym dwa aso ni le.
Na so nyaaye.
Why? Okay to no nyaay gym.
Onyaye.
Okay ti. Hey, we are sure there.
Me a perfume.
Because only nipa mo so akọ gym na so still.
Wontumi 101.3
me who no show.
Well, new, yeah, mummy and antes way.
Stories how you there? Me fa the first one no. I think say me draw to be two on na me fa Inigo Martinez say the biano oko social La Liga. Na La Liga no. O person say Barca for no yard na problem bien she don't see. As I said, I am share eba. This guy is speaking diplomatically. First of all, he knows why your fans no bonny. He knows it. Say why your fans no bonny.
Okay.
Intino. Or be can someone fans in benyo dobi ediamano. He's speaking like a diplomat. Be a yasumano say Uncle Kasama Mranto bi and I say don't be a comment to me. And you go say problem yet. Now yaw or admit 1 point say there have been a petition of last year didn't be 1 or 2 but who say I say what covered up one and one thing Inigo can my man in your say yo one can also be on Basa. I say the club will compete. There's a competition here. Basa will compete every day. Obio ye true and true Basa man because Basa will win all titles. This has been the language. Where your Basa former player can't call Tebe being Casa because of this Madrid for Empirino. A Madrid former player can't call Casa. Or Becca says a squad new and you. Because they will win all titles. I said they will compete. And then they compete in a day. They're already competing. The other bottom of the table are competing. The mentality of a big club is all the casa. The two Casa fans and I come and tell me when I say. First of all, I say I try a well covered. The problem behind you and I say now. Me but be a man in the say Kubasi now Bonabasino. Hong Kong Inigo Martinez yagene Kubasi no Bonabasino. Kubasi ne rice no a bit surreal for his age and for his position.
Yes.
And one kakra how onya Spain national team be born Basa e be bono from where he came from. But be of free bana kwa bia entity central defenders at that age no. Satam ko bre from ho. E kwa fe no peso pie but at that age no Basa be push obi amanaba e bia midfielder kura bia oba or winger na attack bi but as a center back ya we na monta masa across this globe oye central defenders omu swapa omu ye niema ebro omu age no so Lenny Euro Bastoni and then Kubasi Asensio aba but hit you know asama Asensio akoteka kra so I've taken him out of the list. Now, the NT America say Kubasi profile no you be surprised and they say me a center back Obama on and off the ball qualities or your mama taking number 1 and me ranky piquet da me ranky piquet da ja piquet me ranking it da
Why?
on your defender mama he came at a very perfect era with an element of play that fitted into the ideology of his coaches. And on the on-ball quality. A defender, what's your job? You function without the ball. Piquet, they didn't or the break game no without the ball. Ball crap Piquet here for the one. But you see, and you don't call a football pay. Or no so what be a football pay. And then on the ball quality now, Jara Piquet de bano. Say I'm passing. You hold the ball, no control and stability. But to be very honest, me maybe a Kubasi and no. That is the class of defenders I'm here regardless of any attribute of Jarapiki the achievement and anything he has gotten so far. Kubasi when I'm Pepe line or so, when I'm Ramos line or so, Chiellini Bonucci, central defenders who can tackle equally can also pass good. It is age now bought for Spain Barca and Tenzio. And now they are therapeutic brisa. He can tackle, he can intercept or block it, or yeah, everything of far area balls or survive in contact. Contact in a day. Do baby only draw by more type or no person or survive it. So a Hong Kong baby I mean Inigo Martinez yeah I say bought this young boy in a basso or bassage. But the real deal they say there hasn't been that balance of leadership Garcia bar now a stabilize kakra or qua it has been the case unlike or no Inigo now oka say osuro so baka some very na because when you see the defense we bass and TV fan call Champions League now okra no hala no cry exposed. Now I feel control be nature. I have stuck to my point. So Basa, this defense we are made kwedi. The double na amuji last year no cry no me the query at home.
And it too early into the season.
Too early say season na ekono. Season na ekono. Yo, season na ekono. Season we sound corner chibio. The problems you find out so want me to resolve all pre-season. Need the rest season mo yaw. Too early. Too early has been a football language. I judge you at you and cut too early. One check here, you send the football almost all levels. I've done a resource. First, and my coach is bread. They say almost all levels. But they are checking division 2 to follow. A whole development to the crown. Too early, you. Let's top level too early. Oh, Valencia mono. They are not Sevilla. Among your clubs are mobile hard in Europe. You have to look at the attack on the Basa. So we feel be Baba Shech Bassach ye and net and now Chinadia. But I see this defense. No. And especially the kind of midfield that's not Hansi Flecker Bono. Or more that kind of defenders that protect you. Or more join the game as game local. But if somebody thinks defense ya basa as I say Inigo Martinez airborne mabasubiti mi akọ treble ne double sala ase coin no. Even the stability of last year, me say, Macquarie. But to the moment, fancy one more. If somebody wants to believe, say, defense in you. No, defense in you. Defense in you. See, Mbappe will ask a lot of questions from this defense. I can't wait for a Clasico for people to believe what I'm saying.
Obeyesa could draw na fee. Asanko last season the NBM.
Okay. All right. Last season, the say.
Was the last season the Barca the Sheko Madrid?
You know, I forgot Barca the Sheko.
Oh, it depends. And I say 1 or 2 now Barca conceding in
games be out. Buying when me for the better ball buying game last year. Check early Clasico Sina Barca boy in the door. Mark Casado na neighbor. Okay. It wasn't the Frankie Pedri type of midfield. Me see even the type of midfield that Barca boss is saying. Or Sako share buying bed destroy no. Yo, let's keep calm. What's the difference in it?
So when you free say you budget treble, you budget Champions League and so.
A Barca what the pressure and the air bench for no so. Trouble say Champions League, you know. Look, you shall debut her. Most of the attacks what Europe say no. A attacker almost the key strength of that attack is speed. Wingers baby room center forward near sharp. Almost top or more top GF for the way Europe. Look, Osimhen hat-trick we say no. Shadow or energy or the fabo or the cold room no. Oh yeah, Barca defense way who the oh yeah as a way clear the ayao. No, Mr. Check top European sides currently. Bayern, PSG, Chelsea, Liverpool, even Spurs crown on for encounter. A more attack near speed and energy, explosiveness, born a torch your boko. From Madrid Brabisham, and then you have Vinicius and Mbappe. If you can't track back another high line as Sako, and if we are feeling say this is money them believe no man go show. Desire do when you money go the share. It's a buying your counter. They have our free attackers a follow ball no. Yeah, buying Barca defense. I'm beginning to say more about the defense, and yet defense in yet. Now Barca defense culturally, yeah, now attacking control. No defense no turn. Now Rafinha ni ho Lewandowski nyina na naso papa on di adena kwa akoye no Rashford na ye the man in form wa attack ho meaning say attack ni collective controls are and one individual be na form unlike last year unim say by SG Lami wan show be criti Lewandowski betimi a share Rafinha ye dey obesha baako or obe assist. It hasn't been the case this time around. Mr. Rashford on quality player or form. On a crown senior yaw ujidi wonumu. Statistically, the numbers they are better than other members. But anytime Barca will control in games, you need defense on one day. You know what the final no more defense on what tomo, no more supporting cast. But if the burden and the responsibility never the defense and so now I get so much exposed. I decided to enter Milan a BM. Oba me about me body and so. PG so Oba me about and so. Who survived?
Okay.
And yet you slow sell there. Bramso. Once a while, na me call so. Where do you say Brabams me could be? Who got exposed? Company yard in a habitat in Bonabaso. Company yard, to be very honest.
Wama buying game no. Aside difference.
Now you come to a point to agree with me, say the BMC. If you want to analyze a coach beyond just a trophy. This are the beyond the trophy. Mkuanka the Bekasemo. Unyi coach ya da. Okay, you for trophy. Kakrawa 1 or 2 be our generation since and you shake Juman and Kasa. Who has been buying Munich as a club? Buying who said the Barca who said the Madrid who. So me for example when me know their car some of their send a Barca who send a Madrid who yaw Madrid or heritage be say the style of player man for can get the superstars, get the best players here. The style of play, identity, whatever. Get the big boys on the market, get them here, get the top coach. It has been Madrid. The style of play today, Madrid identity today. They always go for top quality players. The Wasara and Tem, the Obe Picklet, whatever. Or they just lead your Champions League now. It has been the case all along. But Barca, they own too many Madrid and caught that kind of sizable budget. They come market. So, and also combine it 1 or 2 superstars from the market. Not to be free. No, so they call that has been Barca. And they're buying a so they say they have a national ideology. And you show me goalkeeper. If you are not about centre backs, Osha spine of the side, you know, the Bianomi Germany for. Do you coach number 5 Jumanoa? Who do you for trophy my crown? Yes, I need my we will go to their style of play. But Osha, Manuel Neuer, and the Mu
Joshua Kimmich,
and the Mu Bastuba, centre back, your called Dortmund, almost I could train a buy, you know. They have all those players. And culturally, they have a style of player from France and Theatre, Monyal, Vicente Lizarazu. Every left back, be a Janeko and Mokreti or speed. Say Davis, say Guerrero. I'm all right back on him, bought me bomb for Sarah Kimmich and I'm sana flipping lambs so pepe. In a final third, I'm maintaining recover for the sa and recover for the capability to score goals. Say Robin, Frank Ruben, they were not the first one gets a buying woe. Lewandowski wasn't the first centre forward. It cuts through the line. Miroslav Klose, Ivica Oleg from Champions League 2012 final and I'll be replacing Frank Ribery. No, Omanya, Mario Gomez, and Sonny Lewandowski. They've maintained and I'm Hurricane. What's a wins? No, Sergi Gnabry, Leo Sani. I say fine, Coleman, Bebum. I say Wake. Now they have the best 2 wingers in the game. I'll cut top 10 wingers. I'll be able to nation. Luis Diaz, Michael Olise. They can create, they can score.
More buying a Chelsea game, no, irrespective of that early mistakes. Now Chelsea here when they consider our first 2 goals, no, and you cry a measure buying play, which means say coach my handwork. Born a problem, a bar problem. Midfield Hurricane drop a bar. What shank or centre back number, quick passes. Listen, Luzubo, or create chances at his own will.
Now, one secret be among wingers type on motor. There's one secret. Among direct wingers, among technical wingers.
To me,
oh, Garibay type on bottom. I mean, that's not their type. or to winger we lateral be obedi one grow. On Luis Diaz, Michael Olise. On any day, there's no fullback stopping these guys. Supported by Afonso Davis, no more the speed. Conrad Lima, no more the speed you follow. Lateral, no, they have a combo. It said the Trent and the Salamo, FOME, and Bayern has maintained that picture for a long time. And Untina, I'm going to foreign coach Ancelotti, ne Pep, no, or Slepia, no, the Japan case, or no, about the show, no, cancer, any, no more say, now company dear, why are they? Because you're honey at the no. Belgium and England, but Pep ideology no buying for visa Pep and farm mono. They say, oh, this time we have a structure. So you go for company. If you can't legacy company, I and whatever they are there in a company, but they have an existing structure.
Ball, we don't know my Bentley ball. Bentley ball championship not qualified by the Premier League. But ball fair, but only quality to say the Arsenals, the Chelseas, the Manchesters, everyone.
You are so right.
But not Bentley ball. No, who say Pep Adenebi will company mo.
It was so clear. Even with a lesser quality as Okano. But the conversation doesn't end here. We're maintaining all that they want, which is stability. Now it goes way beyond the borders of Germany.
Wontumi.
Buying who wants to be a Liverpool in Nam, a Liverpool or Kamubi. Buying ne Bassa de Bassa Church, Manchester, I am right. I said buying it will move quickly. For a few years, I'm not dot to the Miano. But the assess company beyond just the oil and Wufino and the whole and the company challenge. Last year, how was the case? But also, I feel conversation here quite different. Had it not been inter defense, it was so tough. And also game from the first leg. The conversation will change this time. Even Harry Kane, when you know personally, they will feel say someone ya bibi bakum you be. I don't want to say so, especially Europe. No, now they are trying to most farmer. They so anyo buying there. That's why now when you say but company is honestly working, and I agree with Herbert on the point set. So for company aye adwuma ade amamono Gary Bale advice me ya kan dey yaw mention that with time kakra wo, but I would want to say something to Liverpool club no so many is kind of so die. What is this Liverpool? And no can say me come me point am for dey interest me yanko ho na one out place me Liverpool. That's so much imagine because I felt say maybe bia insist me yanko. And the question when you go back to bench, or fight for a starting spot. And somebody could be respecting who he has been. Now I feel to me it grow quickly. Until I was a boss Spurs, me boy Napoli, me boy Inter Milan. Inter ma two chance there. Obama Semenyo chance. Semenyo explosive striker. Go no shit here Liverpool no. Any other couple of goals, me should go to do now. Sometimes I keep telling you, so your center for is beyond man. You can a more low technical index into more share goals from close range. To say Haaland, oh, Jano Bobo na ba, only that technical hit, not the back and touch it to the ball. Said Ronaldo, Rooney, Wontumi summa ball from distance and echo, and chia. That's not Haaland. That's not Giroud. And you're type no. It's a close range or the ball number box no predator. Lukaku, how many long range no say Lukaku washe? On the ben take more. Into box no nobody did no kakrabi. What in common I say? But Semenyo is different. He can score in the box and he can also score from distance or far ball no the bar. Nothing should stop him. But let me speak to Liverpool. What Luis Diaz at the Cobain now also for Nico Williams. Does that tell me say na Nico, Luis Anko out of technical reasons. Yantana see squad ni say oh, ye hear Luis Anko Pachuati say ye tree home from that style of play. For instance, omo ball Mani Salah Firmino no, and omo for Darwin Nunez for dynamism. And then I'm working so almost Anko na. So no one chamo feel Luis Diaz profile. No, they were still going for another winger. Dachibi. Now they know Muja Luis Manikoy.
I say Drew na play and ankasa beso moving on. And then the father so pressure. Okay, say never pana numerous interviews and was like the banner there when a bass about the beko. Okay, those times. As I say, oh more kidnapping and like releasing no. Now the casa bia in the banner in your bass or the ball. So plan A was Barcelona. You know who this is someone who say
yeah.
A sika something I'm a Barca and me anfa. So then Barca and me and buying here another opportunity.
So it means a player or power.
Not player really.
No, yeah. That's not football. Madrid, we don't we listen person name no. Deep down the spine, Barca fans yeah. You don't do that to Madrid. You don't even Madrid you want to move be we they told them similar said no club World Cup Boba no ba. Luis Diaz person ko no coin. But they held on to Salah Virgil van Dijk ne omo makano. So because so Diaz man ko na ko penny ko dia o twen wa kwachiro. Ana
Samu.
Oh, the one this guy has adapted already to the system.
Okay.
When your mass assist we know his potential, we know his talent. But yeah, well, let's see because the man may want to say Fran Vitz and no Masako Isaac and Ekitike Babi no with the presence of Salah, Cody, Gapo and all of that. What's any more no Fakias account? Shedding will place at the end of the day, 4-3-3 up me and Sapen Efrim. 4-2-3-1. You want a lone striker to lead the line with two flamboyant wingers. You keep pressure on the bench and in the squad.
So every position I'm up at true quality.
Wow. So why let's go Luis Diaz?
Big question. Medasi new. Meza.
Yes, yeah.
Of
course. Luis Diaz addition to the Bayern Munich national team will only strengthen their cause for Adia Yenim say any proper replacement in this particular setup just to complement or more that. Maybe with time things will get better. And I say Liverpool will try and find a solution as soon as possible to make sure say the level of intensity we say the more team no. Would call by Munich, no, a proper replacement to come in. But I think under Vincent Kompany, Fancy is becoming a key player in the Bayern Munich setup, which manage the man because no be say alcohol and can prove it to be very difficult for him.
As a man,
yes, with the situation of Sadio Mane. But this guy is meant for the Bundesliga. He's meant for the high intensity game, and they will love him. They will love him. Ombe Panasem, and he's a player extraordinaire. Ya onana me drain Barcelona issue no ho kakra. Omo more Sevilla no. Omo lose to Sevilla by 4-1 no. Players in excuse omo de man here say omo hia more intensity. Omo games mo. Now so you have more intensity, meaning say you need to buckle up your physical traits whenever you get into games. In this instance, Barcelona battle with injury situations. You know, a muscle, a brain, maybe a calf, maybe a ACL. Gavi out of this discussion because on a surgery TV. Ferran Torres, a free Spain camp, muscle injury. Lewandowski, akupuli muscle injury. Yesu akakunya adia ne bobo aneta e tie. Now ohwe ono ne konchen na Femi Lopez so konchen dada. Rafinha won chen dada. So beba weekend we mrene nkrabia na be kire. So be start.
Oh no cross safari relapse.
What
Classico.
Now this team needs intensity. But here lies the case. Players here or boy in fancy a bremupra and in your marketing kitty be netted. How do they solve this particular problem with a small squad? Right after Omu game against Borussia Dortmund last season, there was a meeting that went on where Omu etna sidin komo se Club World Cup no man ko bi ne hardring. Na ne hardring nyina gina say scan ke be pie free that competition nim no. Compete media bibi, but in the long run they talk about is no. Say injury situations ne pija kosoro a ye ho be kire ye nti yanko no kra den. Na o man ko no bo ba ye scam injury say hatim no.
So now say beginning discussion now be muflo say players no call Club World Cup now on be suffer from burnout
no.
Nti ebema
Baba. That is the reason, and then despite someone qualified, so definitely you have reasons to justify. Say, "Okay, you're happy." Say, "One could be all of these things." What you must, including some of the players who came out who did not understand the reason why. Yabo season, we are mid-season, Momoko. Because Rafinha crab about Tebekasa home, so Bekaya said the engineer, but Rafinha never this is on no Dikepra. One mobile is where Dikepra. There is Real Madrid or one boy could do the quarter final, and a move players, no, or we have fit tied the move bonnet. These are some of the things that in football we always say, you can have a total view of not participating in something, but sometimes do not allow your personal interest to overshadow or more you're ready to compete in any tournament, because you can't even predict. It's just life lessons. You say, "Obi is successful now." Ujina chena akase ana kwa we crowd or kofa hafa hana or de koji say or do kunya say. But deep what are they mention as no? But who kwa ubenya hamstring? Bono no kwa no beton or the bebo. So it is two different scenarios. If I want to be abrabum, maybe obi fire or they successful no wo kwa benya ACL. So show one ubu, then you walk alongside it. So I think all the talk of injuries near the adini and the intensity they will love to have any your money in their from yaw. There's a new footballing powerhouse that is coming out. Men liken it to Ghana between 2008 and 2013. Because Ocheke Ghana and Kasa between 2008 to 2013 now. The main national team played in the semi-finals of the AFCON. Played in the quarter-finals of the World Cup. Under 20G African Youth Championship. Under 20 AJ the Under 20 World Cup. 2013 I remember we played the semi-final again. Clifford Abuajini Opoku Ajimaimo. Then the senior national team in 2012 even played in the AFCON semi-finals 2 times. 13 na Jonathan Petrepa obeye ho adwuma with Burkina Faso.
Aristide Bansinum.
Obeye ho adwuma brutal. 2012 na Zambia.
Emmanuel Mayuka Mone, Christopher Katumbo.
Echire mafia kakre. Sinkala mo. By the 2009, 2011, everything was blossom for Ghana football. Even at the youth levels. Yeah. Yeko from Krano in 2015. The team will be at the Koyanim Kuhun how a situation is city. I think Morocco with the same frame when it comes to football development and their golden age. Yeah, to me, I'm Fayembreno and GBB at the senior level. Wemo and Famumreno and GBB at the senior level. But yeah, at the junior levels, no, it me the GBB. That is what they are also trying to do. And I'm not sure Mutim the Mohamed Wabi now no your head coach, no. What Morocco are doing now, and yeah, Mohamed the fit and then you're more in terms of academy no creating yaw. Now what they are doing is Netherlands and Belgium. They believe that all per countries are academy very vibrant as our countries, you know. And a language barrier, any adaptation, any problem whenever a woman can be called. So they prefer kids. Even if campus as a France can walk around war now, at least all the academies of these particular teams, whilst they being introduced into the Moroccan youth national team. In Tubefo, to say Fouad Zawani, fullback for Morocco. Obenya stint with maybe Dutch clubs and even Belgium clubs. Even their coach in Mohamed Wabi. Now Okochi Anderlecht under 15.
Morocco under 20.
Under 20.
Under 20 World Cup final.
Argentina bebono. Na omono yawo. Omo coach ni na coach Anderlecht under 15, Anderlecht under 17, Anderlecht under 19. Ebobodeba. Na ohwe the background of the coach in the age ni be free bar. Now here omu goalkeeper currently on Monaco. now Othmani Mama, then Zabiri. Share these particular young guys ni nyina no obi a woni hwe kura no we see akan wo the Dutch league ni mu anase omo division 1 nim and our ball the French league because omo goalkeeper you currently or with AS Monaco but no na senior team with the AS Monaco near pushing on the number. It's about realizing where you are tapping the talent from and where these talents can be able to develop and also help the national team in the long run. The local people are breeding and giving us quality talents in terms of unkodankete. And then more dual citizenships no more France and in Netherlands anyway no. We are making sure say there's a specific target there town say so obi wo Qatar yen kofano. Obi wo South Africa yen kofano. Obi wo England yen kofano. Obi wo Spain yen kofano. Ba yenim die penti no Belgium, Netherlands, and France, and even form the Omaba. This is a team on lucky character. And I'm here game against France. Where France fast so better? France physically are dominant. Yeah, in recent times, this is a tournament. Omo timi ajidudo na South America for ni Europe for no. The last time Africa really was 16 years ago, which was Ghana in 2009. Morocco becomes the third under 20 side on the continent over the final after Ghana and in Nigeria. Nigeria and Timianye. Ghana koje. Morocco is getting into the final. Yaw. Shomo pathway no maba omode kwako piemu the final. This is why almost success story no. It's not something we should be sleeping on. Yeah, watch Brazil. Watch Spain. In their quest to the final no yaw. Watch USA. And they were watching France. So look at the opponents they are playing. Ghana every time ananke ekwa kwaje no yeshia Brazil na final no ba yebo Chile mubi say yebo England yebo South Korea yebo England but one teams na o share omo no eyen kofo a eba the tournament omo ye custodians of the tournament Spain, Brazil, France. Yaw, difficult teams, but they've been able to manage a way to get to the finals of the competition. But I think the biggest test is going to be against the Argentine team. Yaw, Argentina for ni mbo papa. Omuni mbo papa. Yesterday na melukumba, I tried as much as possible to watch any game against Colombia.
We say me was Argentina for be say we say upgrade of the year because from Alonso from Mascherano to Omo coach we won't share Juma and Mascherano.
There's a big difference.
Now already
great difference. And the most exciting aspect of their team here said this time around they came in very silent. Meaning so I realize this had now. Argentina did not come into this tournament more hype setting players. Also, before any major tournament, Argentina be no kind 20 level no. Yeah, ba you would body aba. But when no move very quietly. No mo ba no so na dwuma di sefata se was omo ye no mo anaye. I'm up for attention in Shedan Kwana 20 news. I think it's because of the mid-season. Season na fe na ya boa ye Roma international break various way na atare hu ni attention in Shedan ni mo ba yaw. I think this is a tournament that the final no you have to watch. And I think agents now hold on now also enter into it. But I think the biggest problem so I'm up for attention and concern is say no teams in tape and kulane talent no. With this 16 17 no more tape. Iti under 20 no kaya kafina kaya ma mokobo under 20 ni bi otiti na
finanka
kaya ma ka obetima kasa onkobo under 20 ka Spain ni boy kaya ma ginama bo captain samband but the nay yama ni gina na Estivao yaw kenya fina nkran we mu nyina shelesi mu ne nkran kitinkiti e na omugidi wo Europe obususha 17 16 18 Enrique kramu ne na mu achi o manko banda 20 bi kasanri komu na nkejina mo bo ne dindin Franco Mastantuano and on Argentina tibu hu ba Argentina kwako World Cup in final. It is because now these teams are tapping up these young talents at very early ages. ya odi 17 no makofa no odi 18 no makofa no only 20 na was so more than a 20 team yaw na quite difficult dia mo say omoja omo fan kobo this team na was an ketimi have players like Echeverry because Echeverry mo kobo ana 20 nche ana 17 ni because enche on next va win about that particular ana 17 World Cup fast forward ya bedum pempenso aye wo mi ene on kan wo bi Echeverry nkobo bi oba for Liverpool to Quarantine. But I think this is a team they are really bent on achieving success in the long run. But I'm happy and I'm enjoying this particular tournament. To make sure so the right balance. Some results firstly, back into Europe in terms of the games the pressures that is attached to it. I think it's a moment where some coaches' job will be at risk. And the quality you expect from individual players to set up the pace needs to start now. Needs to really start now. And the big competitions, they say, if you move on about the El Clasico, the real test of various managers are coming at this particular moment in time because the November international break near only 1 week. 1 week. It's in a playoffs in terms of the international stages between 13th and 18th. It will check with CONCACAF for time on playoffs now 13th and 18th. O check Africa 13th 18th. O check even Ghana because the Asia tournament 13th and 18th. Between that particular moment in time. Meaning to say most of the teams will be much more relaxed on a different crop of players because they are going to push for the run in where results are very important as to how things are going to change. The first few months now try and error in the various leagues. It's important to understand say the real champions will begin from now. So England that's also G League now. The running will start from now, especially baby in November, they start in December. Would be book Kevin the Aquaji League very important. It o player ko na di plan na ma waso be eshi. O player ba na di plan na ma waso be eshi. These are things you need your players to be in top form at the end of the day. Na be beatimi akoye the amount. That is why you are doing a story by Flo and Vet. And it's very important to understand say in October ya best start boy free. You need to start picking up. And yes sir, pressure will be mounting on you. Liverpool will need their top form players to be performing at this rate to make sure that they push for the league title. Manchester City will need to get their things all together. Coming back because Sisiano, you want it ugly and some now they kwaba adaptation na juma you be beginning fresh. How are you going to respond to the level of quality your opponents are bringing in? Very important. You look at a team like Manchester United, which we believe is almost running away your team papa. I'm more impressed. I want to show
say unya form na international break in the bar ebe junior ma and I say who lose matches consecutively. And so I'm saying
because you see I'm a room late one and I come about pick because Koba will Liverpool Sunday or Liverpool or Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton and Hove Albion, so you said the last 3 seasons Brighton and Hove Albion are bomb Manchester Chisa Old Trafford, so much man or more show or Mubano Fadro no the call. You are traveling to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, you are Tottenham Bibo in view, baby.
But with my recent performances in the year, I feel any to sell our season.
I think so. The recent performances, idea a hard team to pay consistency, their level of consistency. But I'm beginning to ask myself, Manchester United need the only club where we are see or moon squad depth. You see, these are the reasons a club and a bread we actually know. Because Obeti said you and Sexy Felice also free team in Morocco playing time. But I ask myself, say, Manchester United is not the only club or more strikers or motivate actually be but every single player wants to leave. Kobe Menu to one say aka closer to one abe so say aka closer no some money kolo. Now United money kolo na o for they say 3. Are they a club that agents believe that no? It's all about the starting 11 and a player be see me also play and ejana kwa maniko yaw em say Lukaku team oba kra Chelsea dey be you can dey free. That is where Manchester United find themselves. But I think in a nutshell all of these characters are United bit map pinpoint you mo free team mo free. If anyone wants to leave the team, they should allow Nipa no encore. Rebuild a team, not a first 11 or starting 11, which is very important. No matter what, say, oh, but one game a week, you will need a proper squad depth to compete. Chelsea to be foul back. Now, you are doing say there be more no more catch you straight. Couple buy a bra 30 million pounds cash. The number of players at Chelsea what you need. Sitting in Guardiola, Oba no catch us there beauty there be no. You have to leave. No matter the tournament because you say buy and ya say Wabeto a certain environment where I actually believe he's technically good, but the league is too fast for him. Meaning say Eric Ten Hag munya abotreshe that akoda na ansa no mo de neba. He's a fantastic player. Technically we solid yaw. The ball na koye se bebeto formula ni bi no betimi abo. But the adaptation to the league in the course goes to bit and the World Cup is getting closer.
Zexin so crowded. Caribbean omobe feature na be so no obo.
Yes.
Because a better to me adjusting to the Premier League.
Also better of the yaw
because Zexin is not in the pecking order. So what is Zexin Rasmus Højlund etowa. Number one Professor Zexin instay to say Holland the mistake.
So no lucky awasa ye ne say Amorim double ba Messi Mount. It is so the double no be Messi Mount na Messi Mount e fitter. Meaning say when you are starting a game, likely so the kunya bebo nine. Yeah, what did the match last no? Say Sesko so on ma Sesko ne bebo. You are becoming a third choice centre forward for Manchester United. Yeah, we are in the World Cup here. Every player will love to play. Every player will love to start. Every player will love to push. And that is the situation Zexi finds himself in. Lastly, Namefensi, the Jude Bellingham story is becoming quite frustrating, but I think it's for the greater good.
Now, a question about before I call Jude, why some of the players don't want to stay or bench? You say club no say players on Jidney uncle planning this or Bruno Soa.
Yes.
Na coach no koyo bia onye proving onye bibi ma ni hunu ya o ka kire say calm down or calm down ya bed pa say obetra bench
very difficult to accept
say o
so cross won se lansan ni adam for team mu bi on ni din komo
e she bebre boys onim say obit say could menu ojitu even in the final third amezai ekai o dey checking here Shasko, Mbuemo, Kunya, Omina Boboso, Zexi, Omoboboso, Hoyland, Omina Boboso. You can talk about numbers for Mbuemo ne Kunya, but Omoma Kano, you have strikers and the differences were more. Odo Suarez, Luis Suarez. Now who Lewandowski who drove by, Odia from Gunje, Shasko, who was a different group of strikers. Differences were
about how so.
I'm a bosso.
And then
the basic quickly. Jude are 7 American and Emmy and they said now Jude goes for a surgery. Waba in Real Madrid is not starting. In the English
manager managing
Jude is a big boy.
Jude me so took on aka say took on be ka say players or don't the last break no one and person
also there are certain players
now you say November break in England are qualify but some 2 games be stand to play still no more opportunity they are try other things
if
but
England wants to do well at the World Cup there are certain players you need to be very calm.
Maybe a sure conversation that took place between the player and the coach.
Bellingham Hurricane but the issue is say England number 10 when they started because easy form our they ball Arsenal no so be picking on club abo bia player do Jude Bellingham so be ba Kopama so ba
and rapping the position
Kopama so ba see number 10 there every for wings in there now they are sorting themselves out but number 10 no 14 so 10 hey Thomas Tuchel adwumayo
England so coach ne no mayo met me age
oh yeah they have a very good team almost squad
Tuchel was a winner I'm
yeah
Thomas Tuchel there
England won the quality to win the World Cup.
Tournament cry.
England won the quality to win the World Cup.
Yeah, some countries have qualities of Dosso,
including coach the coach that bench the club to influence.
More qualities of Dosso. Yeah, coaches in Israel.
You top 3 nations.
De La Fuente a winner.
Who the top 3?
Yes. The Inter make us say England are
top 3.
Southgate, I don't call.
Hey, you are the top 3 for
the semis ever boy Euro score final near the bat. The BR Southgate squad na call and also more spine. But we took on is a moon na nyabibo. Sa Elliot stand the same moon
ba. Adam what friend
yeah, you know,
top 3 why? Top 3.
There be a bower house where you bro.
Oh, so you see. Top 3 no.
Or say football.
Oh, and football yeah. Top 3. Argentina that's all. Spain, France.
I don't know.
Back over say South America.
Top 3.
Top 3.
Top 3. What's up? Back over say South America. Well, Sharak Munya, a tune ready, mayor. Oh, how and Yawada, I was say, your debana fee, baby, new and a meza, and so Ebefaso from the MCR, Monfa, may tune, and my oh, how and Yawada, na yam coin and road.
This week, you discuss a lot about football. But be national team football. Everybody is hoping say the Blaster between 2026 akwa BB. BB impo ye die so say better last time baby kokodru no. But we are a big football nation. Inti ama your qualification as a coffee fancy be breed aba. And the other day I was telling you say squad the ball qualifies you board last game no. Ebi mu ndru USOB, ebi mu nkobi. Squad we mobi mu nkobi. Ebi also Hanman only Accra Sports Stadium that day, but Obabe join the squad na kobi. We are making you so be na information, but sana de na kwa ye da nyina. Ebi ball qualifies ni ebi fan cha baby room. But in the midst of all these conversations, and if I could hear na wadwin say had ye kaye hia no opinion wa ha because of the sensitivity of his position. Na kwa you know Otuado akoka asembi na na madwene me say san common de kanya na sem eye football for na war street ye fans dia ye na ka say ye fans ne dia but on the other side Oto e deserve so be kasa asem no Oto e deserve so be kasa asem no na sem no akoka ne say Obia or equals chance of a board their man in national team or be to win in a coin. In this context of the conversation, I Blaster and Commodity, there have been certain players technical teams, you know, or more change button no previously from Coach Kosia Piane, C Kemutam, no including or no Otto and the former boss Chris Hutton. Munino approach some of these players. They hoped some boys in the Baba, they never turned up. As I bring mu die ohunu se omoba commitment ewo omo attitude mu we person me commitment na me de kasa say ana oti se kofi bokotoko wa ntukwan person be tukwan be se wa me polo mu oti sa din no a sebe mperifo moni mu a enye se na omuni mu nyansam but opepa bi to watch be adibia abaya honhoma hya no so say impadwuma me kwakwaya magane ya ntua me ka meye wetia me da so ne sedako many opportunity say meye Ghana analyst and that time kra me se me pay meye and I will keep improving until say me so menya that achievement no me ka so ya ntua me ka kra me pay but ya ntua me ka ma me ka oboa
na ya kobono so be $10,000 $5,000 $15,000 $20,000 say entiam ka kra me pe wo hu bi da
ya na ya passion no the willpower to work
the drive no
ya ene ma ukasa asem no na all the commitment ya last time we say one commitment say ekoda who tackle who interception you can understand say block and akosi. Have you ever seen commitment but say attitude no a flash of field no so we say player we committed. Ya Fred Nketia ya Fred Hassan Odoy o ma ba fie o ma ba chechia o mo ko Hassan Odoy ba fikesim oba manhia some privileges wa hanu ya you twa kumasa asase ma do ni nyina awie kura wa hia wunya but they have enjoyed all that. Ghanaians hope say these boys ebeba ombe show say red in that flag ni no e nyina ya dia ombe show up ababo. These boys said so yes so train aha eba you see they never showed up. And the manager is trying to tell everybody say born na bono and your talent in kwa and your potential and kwa do ba on board a commitment. Luis Suarez born or the born in some Boma Ghana no. He committed for Uruguay. He committed for the teammate in our field. He's not a goalkeeper. But moment he came out corner he showed up. Jomansa be my pay.
So almost celebrating or Uruguay no.
Luis what do say Luis Suarez? What do say Uruguay ni bia? Do ye mama no. Yo. Look at this moment for Luis Suarez. Oh dear Bruno, it was a moment that was making a legend for national nation. Commitment can be vague. It can be anyhow. Yo, these boys don't show that love now for my commitment. Muna love war, commitment. Muna sacrifice war. They were not ready to sacrifice or more luxury time. No more Chinese England from. They were not ready. Why should that be the case? Well, more decided. And I'm ranting and can you bonus and by documents, by blood, whatever. Educating or sending my men and papa in Ghana for. Any council also deserves so much, but baby, a born in one of y'all, apart from talent, as a source, as what the food be all day back on the table. And so, what the food be outside the back on the table.
I say, obey opportunistic.
And none of my team the dear bow so who so care team the dino. Pressure the bow so. Look, what is that Jordan? Jordan, are you ni into the blaster Jesse no? The daddy baby jet mujana hono na friend who say a drew no so. And so forget ya woman ha ya to me ha o jet mudan no see from. I feel Jordan who how you di captain ya sorry among my. Said that and there ya no kote the baby eti. Ya no kote the dachi. Now who say Jordan I feel what no fry. Ya bobo baba ya sports stadium auto time ya fans no Jordan who in part of me boy say Jordan on retaliate on tonesa on who's ade no bi no oye di na tade good oye di no better bench one am say the guy is soaking the pressure afcon bi esiene etokotra stance no
2010
your memory is so bad man
the day she go na almost say esiene me and the phone so no.
You see how we think as Ghanaians?
Go and buy any panel on the phone. So I'm say, come out on us one celebrity. Into your mom, Tiasia.
What class me, your man? Listen. And eto the man in Yasa because Cameroon bono na eto to no you say no Sadiano. Cameroon to be an answer on the no you say. Cameroon got to cinema so after good na. Unko no to say Charlie your gas squad. Unko no got to so be. But I say cinema one show ecstasy. Hey!
Eto yinsu kwa na egu Cameroon boy.
Yes, that is who we are. And people have begun questioning the commitment of these two players. Yo, I heard you no money wo. Yeah, your boy there, you to watch your move. because the talent there, talent who was soil racer producer. We've produced a talent I won't do even 40 years in the football career. Yet never body Babayara. This is the nation. The best of a say you produce talent. The talent no kwa for nyina amaye but kakra no de man no a legacy not to stadium. So this is the nation I can want him. You polo, you Malik
or any jam.
See, top footballer. So your football be a hobby. It is all ready so bad we need people beyond our talent in our day. And that is why Ghanaians have had issues with Edin Ketia and Hassan Odoi. And how no every yakakra.
Because in your Kenya call, is there a book of qualifiers? Maybe
again back with your show head and qualifiers.
World Cup qualifier.
Now we have got only Abu Afcon qualifiers, maybe.
On the quadro, Abesna Kobo Afcon Aba.
The last Afcon Okobi.
He was there.
Yeah.
Now they have man for kakra on Komomu in an say. Would the Mpoki Ajumo Tuno? Come on, long 5 must stay no.
But for O2, I do better say, players now say or say as a new scene. It means look or come and as a player, you be pro player one show the willingness. See, be able so bad and for now. Then. What means say in some one maybe on no coin 1 eye or 10 and any day. So a penny. And sending in any be a bit me kind of live on national television. Some for the consumption of Nipebi Alfu say Sebi or no also drink quite or better the walk and
the consumption
of ma. So I'll put you so the so bits me about the boy with the Ghana Black Stars not yet. Once you Casa Crana reply Benyano, you'll be shocked.
Okay, so can be a
catch your place. I mean, Ghana.
Yeah,
but a cameras in the interview. Oh,
gentle.
I mean, if you say, why not say, on feeling more of a Ghanaian.
One of the players
be say, your mom feeling more of Ghanaians and no kind of more, but no. Feeling more of a Ghanaian.
One of the players.
Oh,
no one who bear no coach fufu, no coach the who no mudi.
These are big boys.
Yes, say, Omaba Kayo. Look, Bakanwa, the Emma Ghana phone be D Yauka Crane say. What put a yawness and smell the baby now to China in the pan bar, now or Sasso yes selective on games out bebo. Kevin say Obabayara or the flag and obey say media left wing so. Well, who Kevin view until 2014 no or say unity no. You have your quality, but where is the commitment the nation has been looking for? Because the quality need you crying film. Should be sabotaduma your friend one. The Obaba here. Also your whole be na. I bet bad even then the feature in your collab. No person to 2 ball look the excitement of Babish just be. Because appear be a money 2015. I consider can also friend in a crack Junior go answer this up even Otto Ado me your number 9 funny attackers and you'll be about quite a pen senpai to Ado.
Kofi Kisisi a Yaki Zasana American.
Yeah.
So these boys unim to so Arsenal.
See the castle Philip
Arsenal Obo City, Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico, Tottenham, Juve, Inter, AC, Napoli, Ebia, Sassuolo, Udinese. Say omo ko national assignment na omo man ko bi omo ka chi say Mondays na boys na arrive from various countries no. Mo ma ka chi meku training na bi a Monday na Tuesday na coach amama bi a 4 days off. So from Wednesday to Saturday mo ma training e bi a Sunday ba bi a ko bi anu aba na the following week Monday no masa ba start preparation ko si midweek na these guys in free club no for national assignment e be saba. So mo ko national assignment no wa na we aba na kromfo anfro ade oni mbobo ana ono na nkobi ono nso aba bebu sa say kromfo anfro bobo ma bia na country and qualify
free we bia
you understand. So to say Black Stars World Cup ne be these guys will be a better TV at Cherry.
I'm telling you.
So no bebu sa na kobi menu e ba na say na o so kobi menu so say e ba say Ghana for be kwa
chi wa na keep score the pictures.
Oh na me ya so buy
kobi no say no wa ba ma Obama is the English national team in
obviously
Kobe Mainu World Cup we World Cup we
eligible
World Cup we menye sure say took our the number ko
eligible and then the other to say Monet to
Adad Mohammed to Morocco also brepa
similar say age FIFA the age about be age so wetin about 10 wa ha na won tra age no kra na you can
Kobe Mainu to onko World Cup no bupa market on the whole
keka first before no munya anya reform
ba say GFA san ke bi omunya omu pa na Black Stars say bia boy no mum na pushi and say
eligible FIFA biem obi won man country after be 5 times we mum feel biem na still usa muna daddy to Morocco there no similar animal FIFA everything ke omo decision you can unya na ma already true so the commitment yenya from these boys you know me and Ram share opinion but after listening to other once again I said say boy na there it to be our play a bit na opponent afa ball no they call na akasa de ne nan be shebo mu kakra bi na ka situation na ti solve ba na wa twetwe ho ya na uhia saade no e de aka ugem no amnasi so I agree with Otowado and Sebasa ya from this is where the situation will start a very deterrent the amount that place no obeba ntama bra o man ntama stay there
I say Mikelo Bimona na no obeka as saade no insult in African countries because okay one bisaka na no obesen ko DLC so we na mo ye
okay
now we no person say who approach these boys they are like me train Netherlands me train T that's why your second option to train ma obeko major tournament na was afedie my ready me bonti san ka we friend dey anes and ka dey wash wogu
true
meanwhile so one league now born can so be your selection abetimi akwa konka 2013 Nigeria for GFCON na memfa omo coach Miss Stephen Keshi Krenzie it was Sunday Imba and a ball winning goal man Nigeria no ball local league
local boy
ba young continent we so no said e bi mu see your selection na say me player on side ni bi no obi bopa but yemfa wonko
that is a point. Players, you know, but in a nutshell, a busa question also about yes, yeah, between Brazil and Italy, you are big in terms of football. But if you start to count how many players are that Zulu is for free, Brazil for what you'll be brave. It depends on the Toribia, yes, so yeah, if you. Yeah, situation wa. Yama national team no nyakono. Yaw. One say, Obusa Sade na you become a job tournaments and a place where so it means the Biano to maintain consistency. Yeah, in attracting them. Look, and yet did ni we kwana about Jagu Yesu. Salus Munina about Jagu Yesu and Sandy Eba, Anna Community. Salus Munina about Gu Yeso. Yaw, yanya team no man nyakono. Yenye team no man nyakono. Ho sense no ba na doso na sources intimi masana afi place no twetwe so won say some ho basa ye hwam on be yo muti no so place ni for omuni commitment but yenye ma ye team no so ho nyakono
new mate me da say me say ma memra hoy
yeah, success has so many friends ati ase ba feel wanyaba na obi e pe ba bi di neti afa nemo mamemfa onko pie Latabio Koshi wo enkran.
Latabio Koshi.
Yes, Latabio Koshi. Uko pie mu container Nkrumah flat. Yes mpanyufo bi anya daje hwe pa ata Kobi ni Nicholas.
Okay.
Momo hwe pa na me ankasa me colleague baako. Mela e police ni ono so enjoy show ni pa. Ono so enjoy show no. Nti ama yenchi omo nyina omo nya daje hwe from Latabio Koshi Nkrumah flat nyina ne mela mo. Yaw Otowado nkomo na wadi no ayensem bebre be mo I think say the first na me de bebo na baso pa na say was show concern about Ghana for adia e hawom right after qualifying to the World Cup. Me sure so we Ghana for 10 this one ma emu 7 adwin nyina wo mu trimpa na ye say one moye bia me anko World Cup ni bibia na ni kwanse e from aye dey ebebo bi because when na nya adwuma no na wo be dey na for bedi. But I always say that there are 3 things in this life we need to be very careful about. 1, what we call the truth. Number 2, what we call the facts. Number 3, the emotions, which I believe in everything we are doing, we need to apply emotional intelligence. Truth no DNA can wasem yaw. Truth no da honum ni na akere say ye krom aye ti say du se ba be ko World Cup eye den a ye pa ye nko soro mfamra from ye benya new player ba ku bi obeye den obeba. What are the facts? The fact still remains say ye team ya ye dey bo qualify ko World Cup you to do aka fact na che say omo ye spine omo na be dey ebeko. But why we need to apply emotional intelligence is to how to handle the communication and the collapse of new players or many opportunity to be national team nim. And the reasons why we are picking them, anyhow it will reflect on the way our Ghanaians ever responding.
And just numbers.
Black Stars in the citizens, it may be not gabinity say. The patrol and an ipadodo na call Tamaliko hair boy no chroma hair master do manyama. By back-to-back World Cups, I'm a one renewed hope about. There are new kings in town. I'm enthusiasm apija. And there's a new approach and expectation around the Black Stars. I'm a Ghana for Genio maybe a true at the bonus. So you don't create a problem when there is none. Otuado is being honest with us with his statement now. We're making it yaw. Offer the first one talking about say mom we are the spine of the team. Don't wanna be quiet yaw. Only the bayadre. Many woka say. Let me say we be 18 players or Black Stars team ni moi. Si ebe ko World Cup no na pramai. Bibi boni bien si ya ye twie mu tan ombeko bi. Benjamin Asare ba se ye kwa no mprai obekwa no nko.
Yeah.
Yawo. Lawrence Atizigi obeko. Oba defense onom na center back me sure say anya kwa 4 beko Jikuni Salisu. Yes. Jerome. Yeah. And everything shows say Otuado pair agita asempa. Sa 4 no. See, this is on a context because between now and June, July, space baby room.
Yes.
Season only one game crab to release your best player out of the World Cup. So for now become 6. Your left back 2. Ebenezer Nane Gideon Mensah. 8 no. Right back Calibrianchi. Alidu. Setarek cry feta. Emiru
Bako
betena fie. We never say 2 kra na ye nchi kra na lead. We never say Tarek pra. Ma before the World Cup. E ho no nko an ye nya say ye nya 10 players o. 8 ni fifi no ye dan a Elisha Owusu Sibo ne party beko. Se bibiansi na pra bia maya. 13 no. We ye dan a Mohammed Kudus beko bi. 14. We ye dan a Jordan Ayew beko bi. 15. We had Dayan to answer many prior obey 16. Yaw
Isaku.
We had Dayan Isaku soon prior obey 17. Yaw 18. We had Dayan Kamadi Suleiman and prior.
Yeah.
Mama 18 players. As a Pramaya on day. Meaning I cast 7 places.
For 1 or 2 reasons, Joseph Pencil Bekumi.
For 1 or 2 reasons, Joseph Pencil. Majida Shimeru ye feta.
Wait me aba.
Yaw. Hebebi ankomo ne keka kono. Third goalkeeper asemo mai. Kebetima bought 22 players ayaw. Including no more league ni mo a ye be reward you at least be 2 or 3 slots.
Medium guy no so coach in the penance.
So we coach in the penance.
From the Otuado qualify Prince also no say was na energy so my boy making a debut. Say no cry away game no.
And yeah, it's a bit more about 4 places. Inti squad ya Otuado person they call work up your spine ya only the bear drinks a spine ya bear to me and your prapa na bebe more and space get to be a became for more mobile day ebem fufro a quite sure die enemy you 2 international breaks before the World Cup you were November there
and a match
and your match there November there and you Asia tour between South Korea and Japan there no and sana match then you hunu there beba we young ko AFCON ni akọ assess players are during the AFCON no more munya bimbo because ye ko AFCON a ye mo obi adin but for example ebi edin ketia any column was no doy we test the apostle say there be ye ko AFCON ye fa mo ko AFCON ni enko hwansa how I obejeli with this team ya obi enu no ma all praise team we be distort no me no me nu tia no ya we ka say edin ketia kan ne ba bia da say omo Black Star officially I'm not saying say on can but officially on can baby amiente the same with Colomwat's not doing but the entire yes we are central for it hey say you be din common yes we sources which shows us say nipa me no we no edume bi Ghana frɛ o mama anya dey o mama Otuado makes it quite clear say yes why ya frɛ obi a na emre bi atwam bi a na ehwan wa frɛ obi a wa ma bia no this time around no onye sure say be frɛ because afi no be in case by case be bia me gina me ni Otuado ya dream perfect asem na nkomo na odi ni nyina me ne ya adwen but yaw we are in a certain country where we also have to accept the reality say si e ko work up as squad Otuado be ye bia e ye mpanyimfo bi na betena se ahwehwem ehunu ansa na squad no ye be ko work up na e de akọ
any coach no one decision.
It is not the coach's decision, but from his perspective, yaw a bit me create a whole lot of full balu. Say be bend the World Cup na nko fo bi din pie mo.
Me only qualms am me one year. It's not even about the personnel. Me argument ni jina say unza mo bo why odo ene edinketia but I'm not looking at these names. Many arguments here say in place here the World Cup qualifies here. Omo na body qualify. E be start e be konche be ba shem ni aba be dru be aba be dri. But say it will be bad ni pana me qualifies ni be dia. It should be an upgrade. On the Omo qualifies no.
Yeah.
And you will be just to come and add up to the numbers.
Of course.
Because one, so bana is striker. Who go on a chance semenyo and I don't say Jordan are you near be start one but not just to add to the best. We are Nyak Williams, we are winger, we are the Kamadi one and not will be any problem but say be one of my bonano ebia baby I want a club I born in here
something I make us say pradi bibia very important yaw you see whatever edinketiane odo edebeba national team we question bi busa wo yaw. So we team and no pay was so be a fit for this particular Black Stars team dependent on the form and availability of these guys. Yeah. Do you think in an upgrade over players are a team These are questions we need to be asking ourselves. Yeah. Are they upgrades? Every crime no can say cry out. Every do a crime cry so more. I don't want to even mention their names and let it be said. Oh, yeah, on my body, but me person I say I'll be unfair to them. Say I say yeah they show more.
Yeah, that one.
What did they mention? I say no. But any player that should be coming into the Black Stars from now to the World Cup, yeah, should be able say maybe for example, Yakofa could feature by. Yeah, but na Ghana for can send bebre. Ana ko feature no free, ana send Pauli na ko feature, but me no can say ko feature enye plano prayer ka Ghana number 8 ko bie no betimi ko feature atabo. There's a lot of things we need to think about this team. Harmony na eba ni nyina na me empe kwan bi so mfa nse no. But let me commend Otuado. Proper communication addressing the subject of who should come in and who should go out. Yaw, say obedina sem so, nobody ne boss so afom on ne part. When anything goes a wool on a Ghana phone asem.
So on the only squad in New York.
What them management committee. When anything goes a wool or no, asem because asema waka ni bia na that ye be ko work up now will bring it back.
But say nipa opeso de ne ba no. The owo no obetimi na ball toe to toe. empo bia na ono no ye better chen the ordinary babe fra squad bia
ya me say ye ka say and me say from now to June July e kwa me breed them see e hwe form no o say betima ba say most of these guys been playing time bo betima bogo so mo club ni mo a from the betima pega obehia no team na ya meboa e bo so afọ so betima de pia wo hia na biem emre ene be kire. I expect Ghanaians to be very patient. I'm taking Otuado for the words yaw mintimi nka se menjinindi Otuado ye nyina ya de evre ne ye crash o mu because say no bibia che se o na ade ye kodai World Cup no it wasem na waka no eno na Ghana for ye day eti this all we now find case by case na bibi ko ba ho no wantimi anyi wo ho ano de a you be the casualty. That is all. You be the casualty. Yaw these guys have the right to tell every single Ghanaian say way commitment we are there yaw bound to time. I think Katia could literally be right. Say time na more friend no yaw baby ano ojina no oba enye. The same thing with Column Hots no doy. Say baby ano ojina no time na be a more friend no but there con baby a time na more friend no say be more right no sa na Ghana from penifo more right supporters so more right and penifo no right bit me say okay we understand your reasons ye frame mama Ghana for some supporting team so might also have their right and say
coincidence ya ko Cup on the e bia free nipa na obeba na ya also onye ready so obeba ma Ghana
ya what as say make us a commitment is bound to time obi ani do define the commitment it's na make us say they have their right or more as players no yaw we can't blame them e bia baby an ogina at that time no nim the opese oye so sometimes you need to bear with them at the same time we need to bear with them for more kromo a ba me ametie akomia jamfi me kasama Ghana supporters for mutie ya omo ne edi nkomo bia omo de omakoma party team na giyawo said the penny for omo right players no omo right no every single Ghanaian fan also has their right to determine say team no ye de kra beta echi na enfe kra nta echi enfe obi awo na ya ma make me boa it will be what said you city here in Yoma but I will take Otuado's words because for now he is the head coach of the national team and me no kon anima we will deal with that. Now, lastly, na men fancy. Nyame ya adoma Sunday kotoko bebo. Ma men fa akonya we say so fa mo chairman sulaba so. Yaw. Ma hu kotoko chairman e hu kotoko chairman e hu kotoko chairman. Ba adina Solomon Fusuware chairman solo asase a wo ye de ma club no. Eso eni ne di se fata. Ana nyo no nko na eye. Chairman Alex Munyina ne Chairman Fuzi mo obia regional executives obia tanachi twu munyina de omo waji mu bi whatever you people are doing for the club it is evident yaw one Kotoko is united it is difficult to beat them and emre ni ho ke be kira Asante amamere ne kwan a Asante kabo mu bia na omo ka omadwen bom so omo ye bibia e din so bi betimi de omo chi akafo na mum se de kra no etie any club ni su any baby and a tiffy any na phone ni baby agina free bani nyina na yawo e kire se e bre bia okon da club na nim no e wo so obi ade ne ntoma bebom na epe no mutimi de ko sa okon no ne man ko ni de timi de de man wo mo o fa ba se free kuma se tun cry yawo 100 cedis in and out na for mo na bass no kura ne kura se wo ka se wo fa bass abass ye se 120 cedis yes for 100 cedis be fro bass Kotoko supporter and a ticket no so matter who bebre na aguo e bi so your online obenya bi so what is your reason for saying say yaw unko stadium unko he Kotoko game bi me I believe we say this is one particular season where Kotoko supporters na hodo na kasa bebre na wo na mujai kasa no ana club ne mo den ana club no why say ntini e ma no yaw I believe this is the moment I was supporters no wo dan odobia di chire club na club ni repay back
odi se Kotoko beko away
obohu nipa ombeko mo stadium akohwe sa
with that for ni parodo abeba no
na your 100 cedis friend number ko here obetima to be online go and watch your club Kotoko ayaw I think se kasa na do so this is the time for action for Kotoko supporters Wontumi kasa o chairman na anya adwuma ya obeboa chairman solo push for tickets if I'm lying catch me say meboa chairman solo push for transportation and your mama you who be here no push for dia kaso a wo de so kakra bia wo kwa beto chinchiga kakra wo lenda do wo beto bayere kakra wo ha no yaw Wontumi nye oh then why are you supporting the club so na Dr. Kwame Chain former executive board chair for Koroko what Timmy up the bus e si wo e be fa man for the akọ menhia so ya arrangement e be fa man for the akọ then no akasa won ko this particular game bi yaw em say afi we dey wa wan your opportunity anko he say we bi na be kasa wo krom ase pa be ye say club ne nyom ya ntwema wo kabo afi we kotokofo na be yo be kan na ye na club do munye ni ya ye ntwema wo because when the club needed you were not there. So we need more action.
Yeah.
And paying for Chroma crash if they are not even traveling to watch the game,
yeah, no great.
And paying for Chroma Yiska, we say I budget 5,000, budget 6,000, Chama Solo budget 10,000. Or be a chidabi. This is the biggest game Kotoko will play on the continent. And Omubaba boy in the last 10 to 11 years
against WAC.
The last time Omunya Bino, 2006, Alali Neba Kruma say,
yeah.
WAC. Let's not forget 2 seasons ago, no me a CAF champions continental.
Got trouble.
Amako FIFA Club World Cup aba. Support your team. Go in your numbers. Paint the city red. Ghana is so representative. Our tournament in no. Push. Nyere se de besiti akokapo.
Wo Sunday DM say ampe be don kan. Ti. Grazie akomia. Na ye hwese nyoma be ko so the black I can say Kotoko ne WAC game no and obe shipa so we are waiting say enyoma so e be ko ye ba be to aso na afi de nkomo na ye hwe na ye ma me doctor kosu adua ya ye run aso ye na yintie